the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Kikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Hanso, Nana, Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the and then saw no totua yaba no one and when I raise it because Kahara to the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and you will not do but you know what? They would like you to believe that someone is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look what you do. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you. The very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chico Kikabia Mapuni, Chineke, and Son of the Winner, Isala, Nina, Cosa, Hanso, Nana, Jama, and Yana Farosi, Okonane, all the and then saw no totua yaba no one and you were not raised because Kahara to the and you were not young. Because you will make a difference with your source and But you know what? I would like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with you. After I return to Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what I'm going to do in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Keep on supporting evil in the zoo, the more your land will be taken from you. The more your daughters will be raped and abducted, the more your sons will be slaughtered in cold blood. And under one Nigeria, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Because one idiot that they groomed will rise up and say to you, oh no, it's one Nigeria, there is crime everywhere. Haven't you heard about Zamfara? Haven't you heard about Katsina? There is crime everywhere. That is not the case. The crimes you have in the north, the insecurity you have in the north is as a direct consequence of their own action. They grouped them. Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, bandits, all of them. Who brought them to Nigeria? It's Fulani. Fulani brought them into Nigeria. Everybody brought them in. All the government brought them in. Are you deaf and dumb and stupid? When you come out and you pretend, oh, we are one Nigeria, go and show. Somebody was asking, where is the boundary, where would the boundary of Biafra begin? And I asked the fool, where did the boundary of Nigeria begin? People from Niger come in and go as they like. Most of these idiots are from Niger. They are building a pipeline to Niger. They are building a railway line to Niger. They are building roads to Niger. Whereas where the money comes from, which is Biafra land, we don't have those infrastructure. No, we don't. But you're taking our money. You come to Zone, you come to Onadi, you come to Ekpa, you come to Aguleri, you come to Ekpa, you take our resources, sell it, get the money, and now you're building a way to Niger, and you want me to be happy with you. Clap for you, one Nigeria. I think you are insane. You come to my land, you take our oil, you take our gas, you take our manpower, you take everything, our VAT, our tax and pay. You are now building a road from Katsina to Niger. Airport to Niger. Refinery to Niger. You take oil from my land, you take it to Niger, you refine it, you bring it back to me as a refined petroleum. And you're telling me that country is viable. You're telling me that Nigeria should be supported. You are in one Nigeria, so you're not going anywhere and you're dying every day. Because those that they appointed to speak for you, they gave them money so that they will come out, pages of newspapers to give the world the impression that everything is okay when things are analyze it and see the contradictions in it. Nigeria is not working. We are marginalized. And then you come back and say Nigeria is one. We must stay in it together. Are you not foolish? These are the useless intellectuals that you have. On one hand, you say Nigeria is not working. You're marginalized. You are being discriminated against. You are suffering. They're killing you everywhere. And you come back to the same place and say Nigeria must be one. Had Nigerians gotten together to say they want to be part of this useless contraption, that's entirely their business. I mean, Democrats have subscribed to it. But have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that all those asking you to remain in one Nigeria has something to gain from Nigeria, or they have benefited in the past? Nothing more, nothing less. I saw the letter that Ekpa Kanu to President Biden. In it, Ekpa said, come and help us fight terrorism, in order to ensure that there will be no regional destabilization. That is their game plan at the U.S. State Department for very many years, until we stepped in. They keep trotting out these lies. Once Nigeria breaks up, there will be destabilization in the entire region. I said that because you don't understand African history. Most of these people are not educated. When I say it, they say I'm insulting them. No, I'm not insulting you. Most of them are educated. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. In Africa, we are tribal creatures in Africa. We always go back to our village where we are born, where our umbilical cord, our long, where it was buried. That's where we come from. That is why every Christmas, Easter, New Year festival, August meeting, you see us migrating back to where we come from. And I keep saying these things to Africans, they don't understand it. They don't understand it. Everywhere in Africa during Christmas, if you like, be in South Africa, if you like, let it be in Kenya, you let it be in Rwanda, everybody from the capital goes to the village. If you go to Accra, the same thing happens. This past Christmas, if you like, go to Kotonu. From the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue. Because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, O Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are not upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. So I don't complain. People are entitled to the opinion. And I don't expect everybody to agree with me all the time. It is impossible. These people, because we stood up to them, because IPOB said enough is enough, because we formed Eastern Security Network to safeguard our land, our forest and our bush and our farmlands for our people to go and farm, because we said to Fulani, you cannot conquer this land of the ancients. That is the only crime we committed. That is the only crime we committed. They went overboard. We are going to speak in a language you will understand. But Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Ansaru, Miyetti Allah, Fulani foreign bandits, Fulani local bandits, Fulani terrorists in general, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. These are all terror franchise run by Fulani people in Nigeria. That is a fact. It is not hate speech. It is a fact. These people in Aso never spoke the language that Boko Haram understood. They never spoke the language that Fulani headsmen, the same people. What I find astonishing is that these people, they will ignore the timber, the tree in their own eyes, and they'll be looking for the speck of dust in your own. I want to ask Fulani Janjaweed, have you dealt with Boko Haram in their own language? Did you go to the north massacring people, abducting people, killing them, basically committing genocide in broad daylight as you're doing right now in the east? The answer is no. Throughout the years of Fulani rampage through the Middle Belt, have you ever read the riot acts to them? The answer is no. But the whole world, what I find astonishing is the hypocrisy of man. BBC, Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of them, New York Post, everybody, Sky News. All of you are witnesses to this march of the Janjaweed across from the Sahel into the Middle Belt part of Nigeria, killing, slaughtering and maiming people. All of you are aware. Nobody will ever say to Garba Shehu, why did you not read riot acts to Boko Haram, to Fulani, your fellow Miyetti Allah, that you gave 100 billion to? Why didn't you read it to them? Oh, he read a riot act to IPOB. He read, oh, can't you, the president has spoken. And when I say it, sometimes people take offense, but it is a fact of life that there is something fundamentally wrong with us. I've said this many times because I know that the owners of Twitter, they are listening to my broadcast this evening via that very platform. I want them to understand that I am also self-critical. We are our own worst enemies because of the way we reason, because of the way we think. And that is why black people are at the bottom of the pile all over the world, wherever you go to, because of how we reason. The same person trying to address the issue of insecurity in the East in the language they will understand, failed to address his own people in the language they themselves will understand. Now, I believe that you're following what I'm saying. Please pay very close attention. When it comes to Biafrans, the Easterners, to Igbo people in particular, there is this great understanding, there is this unity of purpose, that an Igbo man should be hated and killed if need be. It didn't start today. It started all the way back in 1945. And as most scholars and commentators have noted over the years, anywhere you go and you find hardworking people, people who are blessed by God, they attract envy. The only reason why those idiots like Garuba Sheikh will be mouthing all their rubbish and saying, "Oh, we are going to speak the language they understand," is because of their natural hatred for Biafran people. Is there anywhere in the world, even the Armenian massacre has been recognized by the US Congress as being a genocide worthy of note? We lost 5 million people. Some of you don't even ask yourself questions sometimes. How come Biafrans lost 5 million people yet nobody's talking about it? It's because of that palpable hatred all across the board for no reason. These are the demons that we are fighting on a daily basis. Now you want to teach Biafrans a lesson or speak to them in the language they will understand, which is the language of genocide. That was the reason why the tweet purportedly made by Buhari was taken down by Twitter. But let us just go back a little bit and at least put on our thinking cap this very evening, morning, noon or night, depending on where you are, and ask ourselves a very simple question. Who brought insecurity into Nigeria? Bandits killed 91 people. By bandits, I mean these are Fulani people. Fulani terrorists killed 91 people in a place called Danko, Wasagu, local government area of Kebbi State. And I want you to listen very carefully to what I have to say. I want all the people listening all over the world to pay attention to what I have to say. The same people threatening to go and unleash genocide and mayhem in the East, in their own backyard, their own people, those referred to as legitimate stakeholders in the government, or should I say the governance of Nigeria, Miyetiala, we are busy slaughtering 91 people in Kebbi State. Now it doesn't stop there. Who are those they are killing, you may ask? Is it not the North? Kebbi State is mainly populated by Hausa people. The Fulani people are killing Hausa people in Kebbi State. They are killing the Leona people. They are killing the Busawa people. They are killing the Dukawa people. They are killing the Dakakari people. They are killing the Kambari people. They are killing the Gungawa people. They are killing the Kamuku ethnic nationality in Kebbi. Are you listening to me? Later on, I will tell you why they're obsessed with dividing us. Southeast, South, Niger Delta, Igbo, and other rubbish. Because in the North, I'm telling you the truth, they are not one. Forget all the rubbish. Because what the Fulanis did very cleverly was to emasculate the political, economic, and social space within Nigeria. All the, should I say, media outlets in the North only had agenda to throw out the Fulani narrative on a daily basis. Daily Trust, Premium Times, NTA, Channels Television, to an extent AIT, they are using Punch newspaper. Intermittently, they will use Vanguard, they will use Nation newspaper as the will, now and again. In Kebbi State, as they are busy telling you about Southeast and South, Niger Delta and Igbo, Delta is not even other rubbish. I want to tell you that in one single state in the North, the Fulani is a minority. And in that place that the Fulani people are a minority, they have gone on and killed 91 Hausa people. Are you following what I'm telling you? They have killed 91 Hausa people. You will not hear anybody ever. If it is anywhere else, they'll say, oh, they're killing Fulani. What is happening to Fulani? But Fulani went into Kebbi State, which doesn't belong to them, and killed 91 Hausa people. This happened 2 days ago. No, in fact, basically on Saturday, very early morning on Saturday, it happened yesterday, to be honest, the 5th of June. The police command in Kebbi State on Saturday confirmed that bandits, they don't want them to be called terrorists. Because once they're called terrorists, Boko Haram, ISIS in West Africa, Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb comes to mind, and Saru, and then Yetiala will come to mind. So you know what the government of Nigeria did through Lai Mohammed, their Minister of Information? They said to media houses, do not call them Fulani terrorists anymore, just call them bandits. So that way the eyes of the people and the attention of the world will be deviated or deflected away from the real identity of these murderers and killers. It's a very simple strategy. Maybe it was Britain that advised them to do that. Maybe it's criminalize that advised them to do that. I am telling the whole world only yesterday, as they were shouting about Southeast insecurity, we are going to kill, we'll bring in the army, we'll land aeroplane, we'll bomb everybody. In their own backyard, this same government is aiding and abetting the Fulani slaughter of Hausa people. It's here now, it's not very clear. Bandits kill 91 people in Danko, Wasagulo, confirmed by the police. And who confirmed it? The public relations officer, the PRO. His name is DSP Nafiu Abubakar. He confirmed the figures and said all the victims were killed in 8 different communities in the local government area. He said 8 different communities. These are Fulani people killing Hausa people. Telling you the Hausa Fulani. That is why I keep wondering, I keep asking Nigerians all the time, what is in your brain? What sort of substance is in your brain? Is it the white matter that God created, or is it something else that is there? As they have now corralled all the media houses in the zoo to focus on the East, Fulani are busy killing Hausa people. They'll come out and they'll say, oh, we are Hausa Fulani. But behind closed doors, they are slaughtering Hausa people. It is here now. Go and ask the DSP Nafiu Abubakar of Kebbi State. He is the public relations officer of the police in Kebbi State. He confirmed it. According to him, the command has so far recovered 88 bodies and dispatched a detachment of operatives to maintain law and order in the affected communities. There is no bombardment. Like all, no, not at all. Because they are all the Fulani, they know what they're doing. There is no bombardment. There is no shoot at sight order. There is no abduction of young men with tattoos on their body. No rape of women. No, not at all. This is in a state where 88 Hausa people were slaughtered by Fulani terrorists. Now tell me why any decent person would want to belong to such a country. What is what is of concern to them? Are you following me? Are you following what I'm saying? I hope that people are following what I'm saying sequentially.
I want to, because in fact, I want to give you people expo today. I want to give you expo. There are some things I don't want to say yet. But let me tell you that we have templates to get Biafra. We have templates. So when they tell you what is your roadmap, we have the roadmap. And let me tell you one of the most important roadmap. One of the most important roadmap of the autopilot IPOB under leadership of Nnamdi Kanu to get Biafra is to unite every genuine agitating group. We have done that. Another roadmap of how to get Biafra, because there are things I will not tell you. But let me just give you some few examples. Another roadmap to get Biafra, when they're asking you, is to bring what this different group have done. Bring it together. Harmonize it. Push it there. Let me stop here. Because it is called brain game. Okay? Because IPOB cannot do everything by themselves. So there is something they are good. There are something they have other people don't have. There are something other people have that this one don't have. You see the brain there. So everybody is fighting for the same thing. So what do? Bring them together. Harmonize it. So, like I said, there are things I don't want to say.
People were slaughtered only yesterday. Their concern is the East. Do you see how they roll? Because Fulani has an agenda. The agenda is to conquer all of you. But some of us are so foolish and so idiotic we don't understand what their game plan is. If they do not have it in mind to conquer all of you, how come something as massive as the slaughter of 91 people did not elicit any comment from the so-called presidency? Tell me in which country anywhere in the world that such idiocy obtains. Only in Nigeria. When I say it, they say his insightful tweet, he's inciting violence, and you are the ones committing violence. Fulani, you are the ones that killed 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State. You get me massaging them, say, "Oh, we are Hausa Fulani," but you're killing them. 88 bodies were recovered. Now, let me tell you that all the people that I mentioned earlier were being killed. The killings took place in Goro, Kimpi, Gaya, Dimi, Zutu, Rafingora, Igwenge villages, and in all Danko Wasagu local government area of Kebbi State. Are you following me? Now, the question that Twitter, I'm sure you people are listening to me this evening. The question you need to ask Lai Mohammed is this: who killed those people in Kebbi State? What is their identity? Because anytime anything happens in the East, it's ESN, IPOB, ESN. You even find the Yoruba newspapers. Without any investigation, they will say it's IPOB, ESN, IPOB, ESN. I want to ask Yoruba media, Yoruba journalists, you evil people, have you ever wondered or asked yourselves the people behind the slaughter of the innocent in Kebbi State? Why couldn't you say it's Mietiala? The way you quickly say it's IPOB, it's ESN. It is that hatred. It is in your bone marrow. You cannot get rid of it. I am not talking about the freedom fighters we have in Yoruba land. I am talking about their journalists. Journalism from Yoruba land is pure venom, designed to paralyze your thinking faculties and to render you useless. By the time they are done with you, Fulani will just walk you over. I want to ask Yoruba newspapers, how come you are saying it is bandits that kill people in Kebbi State, whereas anything that happens in the East is ESN, IPOB? Why? Do you see why I hate Nigeria? Do you see why I agitate for Biafra? Because you hate me for no reason, for speaking the truth. That is the only, you hate me for no reason. Then why should I not seek a country of my own? Given the level of hatred you have towards us. Daily Trust newspaper will be somewhere in Kaduna. Something will happen maybe in Okigwe, and he will write this IPOB ESN. He has never been to Okigwe before. I want the world to listen to what I'm saying, to understand the level of hatred directed towards Igbo Biafrans especially. To all Biafrans anyway. The other ones, they are treating them as if they are normal, but of course they are not. Fulani killed Hausa people. The same newspaper is writing Hausa Fulani. Hausa Fulani. I want to ask the whole world tonight, who are the people responsible for the killing of 91 Hausa people in Kebbi State? The answer is Fulani. And they know that they are terrified to write the truth. They are terrified to speak the truth. That is why I cannot be in the same country with you people. You people are evil. You are evil. You see evil and you support it. You keep your mouth shut. You want Tinubu to be president. And you are paying dearly for these mistakes you're making. As we proceed, I'm going to bring to the attention of the world the damage that Yoruba journalism has done to Yoruba people. I will prove it tonight. On this noble platform, what we preach is the truth. You may not like it, but if you go back and reflect upon everything that I say, you will come to the realization that it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You may not like the way I deliver it. I give you that. I'm not too bothered about it. But ask yourself this question: is Nnamdi Kanu speaking the truth? This evening, am I preaching the truth or not? Why is it anytime something happens without proper investigation, it is IPOB or ESN? But only yesterday, all of you in the zoo called Nigeria, you reported the massacre that took place in Kebbi State. My simple question tonight is to Punch newspaper, to Nation newspaper, to Vanguard, all the rest of you that are basically trotting out the Fulani narrative every blessed day. I want to ask a simple question. Who are the perpetrators of that heinous crime in Kebbi State? Once you answer it truthfully, you will now understand why I am pursuing a sovereign state of Biafra. Because all of you are hypocrites. I want also, Twitter, are you listening to me? Because they want to listen. Like Muhammad told them, go and listen to him. You hear his hate-filled speech tonight, and you ban him on Twitter as they bribed Facebook to try and suppress my page. And Twitter, you're listening. My happiness is that Twitter is owned by a white man. And white people are more objective when it comes to issues of this very nature. I don't want to go into the background of Mark Zuckerberg. That will take care of itself in time to come. But I'm sure that the owner of Twitter is a white man. So he is bound to be objective, at least. I want to also let the whole world understand what is happening in the north, in Fulani-controlled northern part of Nigeria. The core north, I call them the Arewa, the Janjaweed frontier of the north. What is happening? Do you know that Islamic leaders who are Fulani people are abducting Hausa people who are Christians and forcibly converting them to Islam and forcibly marrying them off to whoever that wants to take a Hausa Christian bride? Are you aware of that? No, you're not aware of it. Because some of you erroneously think that in the north they're all Muslims. Is that what you're thinking? No, you're wrong. Islam is in the minority in the north. You'll be shocked to know this. Now, let me explain something to you. And I must thank Inter-Society for bringing this to the attention of the world. Because they actually called for the prosecution of some Islamic leaders in Katsina State. The same state that they claim the dead Buhari, whoever is there, comes from. Asrin Buhari. Of course, the late Buhari comes from Katsina. Do you know what they're doing in Katsina State? Fulani Caliphate Islamic people there are kidnapping people, young women, most of them Hausa Christians, and forcibly converting them to Islam. It may sound far-fetched, but it is true. And I'm going to shock most of you this evening. There is a group in the north. They are called the Hausa Christian Foundation. HACFO, HACFO for short. The Hausa Christian Foundation reported incidences of indiscriminate abduction of underage girls by Islamic leaders in Katsina State and forcing them to renounce their Christian faith to take up Islam. What they did to Leah Shoaib. To tell you that they are all in it together. This is what I want Yoruba media to understand. I know that some of them are Muslims. I understand that very well. But at least they are educated. They went to school. They are not quota products as you have in the North. Not at all. You have in the Janjaweed North, that is. Do you know what the group said? Hausa Christians, what they said. The Nigerian government must sanction the Katsina Islamic leaders for indiscriminate abduction and forceful conversion of scores of Hausa Christians, especially girls of underage, to Islam. This is according to a statement issued on the 15th of April 2021 by the Hausa Christians Foundation. According to the group, there has been indiscriminate abduction of hundreds of Hausa girls and their forcible conversion to Islam. The abducted Hausa Christian girls who are under the school age of 16 are also forced into early marriage, done outside the consent of their parents. This is happening in a place called Nigeria. These are the people that want to ban Twitter. These are the people that bought over Facebook. The same people that bought over Satlink in Israel because they were carrying our signal. These people. I'm asking all of you Nigerians, for goodness sake, when will you begin to reason and to learn? They claim, are we not upholding the rule of law? So the rule of law in the North stipulates that you must abduct a little girl and forcibly convert her to Islam. This is happening. It is a report. Let me also the game plan of the Fulani, and I want Twitter to understand it. They will come with harassment. They will try to buy shares in Twitter. They will try to impose their own people as directors of the board of Twitter. They will try to get you to change your policies towards Nigeria. Because the Fulanis have a long-term goal. They know what they're looking for. They want the total Fulanization and Islamization of the geopolitical space called Nigeria. That's what they want. And they will never stop until they get it. They will never ever stop. This is something that I want Yoruba people to understand. This is something I want Middle Belt on. In Middle Belt, you will be taken. You will be swallowed alive. I'm telling you, you will be taken. The only reason why this demonic Fulanization is not in full swing is because of the activities of IPOB and Eastern Security Network. That's what is stopping them. If not, by now, we would all be gunners. The time now is 5 minutes to 8 p.m. in the land of Biafra. We are live and we are direct. It is also the same number, say 3 minutes to the top of the hour, regardless of where you are.
The reason why, because we have focus and our eyes is on the ball. So the reason why we insisted on sit at home, civil disobedience, is to make sure we establish the fact that we control Biafra. Are you getting the point? So one step, the most important step, is that the government of Biafra in exile control the territory of Biafra. Very, very important. Or at least control a very significant part of the Biafra territory. And we have proven that. And we continue to prove it through our civil disobedience sit-at-home order. So when we are telling you something, you listen and follow us. So when you see that we started, supporting this particular civil disobedience sit-at-home, promoting it, I told you I was, that what we are trying to do is that we are training you for something that is to come. And because the reason why I want to make this thing a little bit open is for those who still think that we are joking, because it is too late now. It is late for this thing not to work out. It is late for you to fight against Biafra rising up. and getting independent next day. I am telling you the fact. So if we had, if we had exposed the reason why you must, adhere to this sit at home, the government will do everything like they have been doing. They fought it. They say you are destroying Southeast. They say economy is dying. They say government is this. They say government is that. Oh, stop sit at home. You know why they are fighting the sit at home. The reason why they are fighting sit at home is not because of the economy. They never care for you. It's not because you are dying. They never care for you. These people don't like you. If they like you, they would build a hospital. If Peter Obi like you, Peter Obi will not put money in his bank and let it multiply. Peter Obi would have used Anambra money to build a hospital for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build schools for you. Peter Obi will use Anambra money to build infrastructure that will look after your welfare and your well-being. Peter Obi will not put money in the bank to multiply. And the same thing is applicable to everybody. And today, Peter Obi is coming out to tell you the reason you are going to vote him as a Nigeria president is because he used the money meant for the development of Anambra to support his own banking business. And because of your brain is not working, you buy that idea. So let me tell you, my people, for us to activate this Biafra government in exile, and for the government in exile to be recognized somehow, to have, to be recognized internationally, to go into diplomatic move, into treaties, you must have a considerable control over the territory of Biafra. Do you see it? So now, the government in exile being activated from 2 days ago, and we are now in one platform, means that the government in exile controls the Biafra territory. We will call sit at home, they're going to sit at home. We will call for something, it's going to happen. We'll come to have something, is going to happen. That is what I am showing you now, because what you don't know is bigger than you. Oh, God, man, thank you very much. Boza. Very, very soon. Will come out soon. Thank you very much. Because, the level of damage in the brain of these people in Nigeria is so frightening that sometimes we go overboard, we go outside the line to do something that we don't want to do, But I believe that it has become, this is what I'm doing now is not going to pose any, threats to what we are doing. So, but I just want to use this to tell you that the time has come. The government in exile on its own don't have, if we begin to talk about it, that, okay, government in exile, for government in exile, do you have influence over Biafra territory? No. Do you have influence over Biafra? No. So now, because of the alliances, we are now one. We have now united. So the influence we, the autopilot and IPOB, have in Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile now have the same control and the same influence, thereby giving the legitimacy for this particular government in exile. So what we are looking at now is to make sure that we set all the arms of the government as it should be, and by next year, we are there. We are not scared of anybody when it comes to this Biafra struggle and the Biafra freedom. Believe me, not even the only person I will be afraid of is God in heaven and myself.
Everyone asked us to speak and to preach about this very evening, and we must do so. People are saying ESN, IPO, not people anyway, of course, the Janjaweed and those that hate Biafrans, naturally, that's what they always do. They've been doing it since 1945. It's not the demonization of the East didn't start today. It's since 1945. And it's never going to stop. Even when we get our Biafra, it will never ever stop. It is inbred. How did we get to where we are today? I want to ask, people must listen very attentively, please. I want to ask the whole world. You're talking about ESN, you're talking about IPOB, agitation and all that rubbish, the way we speak, our violent talk. I want to ask the whole world, please. How did we get to where we are today? Number one question, I want to ask the Zoo media, Nigerian journalists. In 2014, what did IPOB do to warrant the massacre of people in Onitsha and Enugu? I hasten to add. In 2015, let me also ask, what did we do to deserve being massacred on October and November of 2015? People talk about Nigeria as if it is one normal country or nation. No, it is not. Nigeria is a gangland. It is run by gangsters, basically, masquerading as politicians. This is something that Twitter must understand. The world must understand it. It is a fact. Let me ask you. You see the Shia people, Shia Muslims of El Zagzagi. What did they do to deserve to be massacred in Zaria? Were they violent? Were they carrying arms? Let me leave Shia. Let me come to IPOB once again. In 2016, I was in detention. I was in detention in Abuja. People gathered to remember 30th of May 2016. We got together in a place called Mbo. Or should I say at a place called Mbo? I have to be grammatically exact. To pray, to remember the dead, exactly what we did a few days ago. Do you know what happened? I want the world to understand. I hope Twitter can follow what I'm saying. I want mankind to understand. On the evening of the 29th of May 2016, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police went to a place called Mbo and killed over 1,000 people. Now you'll be wondering, what did they do? What's their crime? Their only crime was to gather together to try to remember those that died between 1967 and 1970. The army went there and shot over 1,000 people dead. Am I lying? Nigerian journalists, am I lying? After all, Amnesty published a report about it. A report was published by Amnesty International on this very massacre. I want to ask everybody then, was there any ESN, any arms anywhere? Was anybody carrying any guns or anything of that sort? It's only the flag. You shot people dead. Have you all forgotten? You Zoo people, have you all forgotten what you did in 2016? Let us go to Aba. If you doubt me, go and look at the clip, and I want it everywhere tonight, please. The clip of that Al Jazeera journalist interviewing the late dead Buhari when the idiot was still alive. You know, sometimes I want to sound statesman-like, but it's not possible. I'm dealing with animals in a zoo. How can you wear a suit and you be playing with monkeys? It's not possible now. You'll get dirty. So it's better you take off everything now and be naked like them and be swimming in the mud. Isn't that the best thing to do? Sometimes I come on air and I want to sound very statesman-like, but it's not possible because we are dealing with vagabonds, to be honest with you. Why did I call them vagabonds? Listen to my reasons, please, before you castigate me. Those you massacred at Mpo in 2016, what did they do to you? Were they violent? Were they armed? Those that you criminalized for asking for self-determination, do you know that it is a deliberate policy of the Nigerian state with their neo-colonial handlers to be calling us secessionists? Sky News published an article a few days ago and called Sky News in the UK called IPOB a secessionist group. New York Post made the same mistake. Reuters, everybody calling us secessionists. Now I want to ask them a simple question. Why is it that you don't refer to Scottish agitation for self-rule a secessionist movement? Oh, because they are white. Okay, sorry, I do apologize. They are white. What do we know? We are black monkeys. We know nothing. Nicola Sturgeon can agitate for a separate homeland for the Scottish people. Sky News will not call it secessionism. New York Post will never ever target a secessionist movement, neither will CNN. But because in Africa, Biafrans are asking for the same thing that Scottish people are asking for, you now tag them secessionists. This is what is called very sublime racism. If you don't know, I will teach you and you will know. In Europe, it is called ethnic nationality. In Africa, it's called a tribe. For a reason. I'm asking the whole world this evening, why is it that Nicola Sturgeon, the leader of the Scottish people, asking for Scottish independence makes her, they don't even have a name for her. If I ask for the same thing that Nicola Sturgeon is asking for, Nnamdi Kanu becomes a secessionist. How did we get to where we are today? Go and publish, please, everybody publish that very interview. I think it was Denise that was interviewing the late Buhari then. We were praying in Aba National High School in Aba. Twitter, are you listening to me? Before they ask you to ban me tomorrow morning. So you want to understand why we are upset, why we are angry, why we address Nigeria as a zoo. I'm not telling you the reason why. Or should I say the reasons why. We gathered in Aba to pray. National High School in Aba to pray. These your newfound friends now, Nigerian police, they came, they opened fire and killed people. And I want to ask the Nigerian police that keep people, those praying inside National High School in Aba, were they carrying any guns? It's a simple question. Ekpa is that the governor of Abia State. All those people you shot dead, were they? In fact, they were even running away, you're pursuing and killing them. You packed some of them, you thought they were dead, and you put them in a pit along Aba Iguacha Expressway, and you poured that seed on them. Luckily, one person survived that very ordeal. And I hope that Yoruba journalists are listening to me tonight. I hope you're listening very carefully and attentively. You want to understand why we're upset? I'm not telling you why we're angry and why we want Biafra. You thought they were dead. You shot so many people dead. You packed their bodies and dumped them in a borrow pit. In order to make their identification impossible, you poured that seed on them, on their faces, to disfigure them. True or false? We have a survivor of that very ordeal. And his plight was well publicized. I even think that CNN even carried the news at some point. But you know one funny thing? Yoruba media never carried the news. But we're in one Nigeria. They wanted to be good Nigerians. We all need to be good. But they never carried the news of this grave injustice being done to a people. Are you following me? Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Why? You know, ESN, if you go now, ESN. We formed, I think his name is Jack and of Twitter. Jack, the reason why we formed Eastern Security Network was because our mothers were being raped when they go to the farm. Our daughters were being slaughtered, cut into pieces. Why did we form Eastern Security Network? Because our mothers were being killed and raped in the farms, our fathers were being slaughtered. We can no longer go to the farm. Our forests and our bushes were unsafe. Was that not the reason why ESN was formed? I'm asking Yoruba journalists. Is it not the same reason why you formed Amoteku? Is that not the same reason why? Don't Amoteku carry pump action? Is Amoteku not armed? Is anybody remotely suggesting that Amoteku is the armed wing of Yoruba liberation movement? I'm asking this question. Now, the thing is, you people, you are Southerners, you are black people. Some of you are well read. But what I don't understand is, why do you keep gravitating towards evil? Why do Yoruba journalists always want to support evil? I can't understand it for a life. I don't know why they do that. Amoteku is armed, clashing with Fulani headsmen in your forest. Is that not correct? Anytime we drive away Fulani from our forest, you now come back to us and tell us that we are armed wing of IPOB. Forgetting the reason why we formed it in the first place. What is happening in Oyo? There is massacre going on in Oyo. I'll get to that later on. Do you know my happiness today? Miyet Yala opened their mouth and said, we are no longer in the southeast. That's what they said. And our people keep forgetting for these terrorists and murderers to leave our land. It is Eastern, it's because of Eastern Security Network. That's the reason why. In case you don't know, IPOB made it possible. Do you know that it is only in the East, in Biafra land, that Miyeti Allah openly confessed and said, we no longer have a presence there in the whole of Nigeria? Only in Biafra land. Do you know why they said it? Because we drove them away from there. Eastern Security Network drove them away from there. Do you understand? They said, but insecurity has persisted, despite the fact that we are no longer in the East. This is Miyetiala, the fourth most deadly terrorist group in the world, in the whole world. And I want Twitter to understand what I'm saying tonight. The fourth most deadly terror group in the world is Fulani headsmen. According to the Global Terror Index. Go and Google it. The only place Fulani said we are no longer moving our cattle, raping and killing people is on in Biafra land. And which people made it possible? Who are the ones that made it possible? Intellectual man, who made it possible? I'm asking you. Something that all of them couldn't have done. We formed ESN December of last year, and by May of the next year, Fulani confessed we are no longer in the southeast. Now tell me who is there killing people? Fulani soldiers, Fulani policemen, Fulani DSS. Because we defeated their foot soldiers, Miyet Yala, they got upset. That is why you are seeing this level of disproportionate deployment of soldiers and police in the East. Fulani is upset. They have taken over parts of Yoruba land. they are comfortable. Can't you see that they are not worried about Yoruba agitation? They are not worried. They know where the problem is in the East. Are you following me? They are not in our forest, so if we find them, they are gone. They cannot be there. And they understand it. Fulani must know that we are more stubborn than they are. The only reason why it seems sometimes that Fulani, they have the leeway is because the Yorubas are afraid of them. Yoruba, not the Sunday Bohos of this world, they are very brave. Not the Ghanaians of this world are very brave. Fani Kayode, given what has been, very brave. Fayoshe, a very brave man. Yinko Dumakin, my late friend, a very brave man. And of course, Paya Debanjo, very, very brave. When that man speaks, I want to borrow him down to the East. Paya Debanjo. They have brave people there. But the rest, I don't know. I have no idea. Today, what they are doing by attacking Twitter and buying over Facebook, they want to change the narrative. The Fulani Janjaweed, they want to change the narrative. Every blessed day, they want the world to believe that we in the East are the aggressors, that they are just the victims. And I want the world to ask them a simple question. Who were the sponsors and founders of Boko Haram? Who are the sponsors and founders of ISIS in West Africa? Before then, who are the founders and sponsors of Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb? Who are the sponsors of Ansarut? Who are the sponsors of Fulani headsmen? Who are the sponsors of even the foreign bandits that I'm talking about? How many terror groups have I named for you now? All exclusively Fulani owned. Yet, their focus is in the East. I want the world to understand something today because all of you are listening. Nobody hates the police or the army anywhere in the world. But I need you to understand something, that in Nigeria, you don't have an army. What you have is a fully Fulanized terror machine in uniform. A gang of murderers in uniform. That's all we have. I'll prove it to you later. We are not going to allow the Fulani to change the narrative. That is why they're upset. They have managed to subdue everybody else in the zoo, apart from IPOB and ESN. They cannot, and they know they cannot. It doesn't matter how many people we lose. We don't care. We keep going. I lost my mom and my dad, and we are still marching on, aren't we? I lost 28 men, very close. We are still marching on. I lost a cousin, Adako, to Nigerian army. We are still marching on. We are not going to stop. So you understand it very clearly. Now listen to me, please. The reason why anytime you see them, IPOB, what they're doing, they want to break the country. The elders must rise up and speak. All those fools. Let me tell you something you don't know. We are the way we are because you made us so. Your hatred for me is what conditioned me over the years to react to you the way that I'm reacting to you, because you are evil. Nigeria is an evil entity. Very, very satanic. You want to change the narrative. It's IPOB, they're the aggressors. I saw some women, was it yesterday? Give them their Biafra. We don't want to die. Look at murderers calling other people murderers. Can you believe such nonsense? The Fulani leaders, you cannot win. You cannot defeat IPOB. You people were the ones that established many terror organizations in Nigeria in a bid to overwhelm the country and take over the territories for your Fulani people. IPOB became a stumbling block to that very Janjaweed expansionist tendency. True or false? Am I lying? You were ruling Nigeria before, doing everything you like, controlling NNPC, controlling the seaport, customs, everywhere you ever. Now, finally, because you felt that you've subdued everybody else, now you can now march on with your foot soldiers into the east, because you've taken over Yoruba land. Of course, I know that very well. You came and we said no. You can't come into this land to take it. Come and do your business and go. You said no. Now, because we defeated Miyetti Allah, you now brought in police and army with official uniform, official badge to come and kill people. And I also want to remind Twitter, because they are listening. Twitter, please. Do you know that in the Nigerian army and police there are terrorists there? Are you aware that Nigeria actively recruited terrorists, killers and murderers and rapists, and gave them army and police uniforms? Are you aware of that? How can anybody, Yoruba journalists, how can you people in your infantile stupidity refer to Nigeria as having an army or Nigeria police? Or where are those terrorists that they conscripted into the Nigerian army and Nigeria police? Where are they? People without shame, where are they? I'm asking you. Fulani, you want to change the narrative? Of course not. They want to put the blame of insecurity in Nigeria on IPOB. Can you believe that? Can you believe these people? Can you believe them? Can you believe these people? And luckily, as God will have it, they are slaughtering themselves in the north. But IPOB securing the east are the ones to be blamed for the insecurity in the east. There is a clip I want everybody to play, please. Who opposed to them opened his mouth and said, I invited the army to come into Olo. There was nothing happening. Fulani, who opposed to them gave Fulani land in Olo to do Ruga, Fulani settlement. And we said no. We drove the Fulani murderers and terrorists away. Who opposed to them now invited his friends, his masters from the north, to bring in their army and heavy machinery into Olu to kill us. That was how all these things started. All of you have forgotten. My black people in this UG, black, you have all forgotten the Genesis. The same way that all of you today are blaming Boko Haram is a terrorist group, Boko Haram, what they're doing. That when Nigerian police were busy killing their leader and killing everybody else, all of you were just there drinking Fradununu. Or doing...
I've listened to the president. I've read his articles. I went through his manifesto. I have seen him work and commitment to keeping his manifesto. What he does not need now is distraction. So as you pray, pray for God not to allow the president to be distracted. The president magnanimously brought trailer loads of rice, which is every state will get 1,200 bags for breaking of fast. Many cartons of Indomie, 1 trailer load for the Christian community, 1 trailer load for the Muslim community. It is very symbolic because it will be easy for God to answer our prayers if we live together and work together. And be transparent in delivering these foodstuffs to those who need it. The poor and the downtrodden. Those who are not able to see what they will use to break fast. You who have 10, 15 bags of rice in your house, you don't need this rice.
Or Liverpool versus Man City. Nigeria army and police will go out and commit atrocity upon atrocity. All of you will be there, you keep quiet. Any day, those people out of anger rise up and retaliate. All of you baboons and monkeys without writing rubbish. Do you know why? Because you have no conscience, you have no soul, you're a black person, you are the embodiment of evil. Is the truth. I don't care who bans whoever or whatever, I don't give a toss. I must preach the truth. Black people are wicked. By nature, very wicked people. That is why you forget the atrocities that your police and your army always commit. You forget. In a twinkle of an eye, you forget. Our army, our police. Now listen to me very carefully, please. You are blaming ESN, whereas it is the same Fulani terrorists masquerading as headsmen that are responsible for orchestrating all the insecurity in and around Nigeria. Fulani, you have Boko Haram. Fulani, talking about insecurity in the east. Hey, whereas 91 people were slaughtered yesterday they were killed yesterday. You have the guts. You people have no shame. You have the guts to stand up and be talking about insecurity in the east. And you're a senator from Kebbi State or Kebbi, whatever they call it. And 91 of your constituents were slaughtered. You didn't see it. You're talking about east. Fulani, who formed Boko Haram. Fulani, who formed ISIS in West Africa province, ISWAP. Fulani, who formed Mieti Yala. Fulani, who formed Ansar. Fulani, who formed these headsmen and bandits you claim are foreign? Fulani, who brought out murderers and killers and terrorists from prison and gave them military and police uniforms? It is you people. You have now spread them around the country, causing mayhem, abducting people from schools. These are the same place. Hey, this people, Fulani, you think everybody's as stupid as you are? You go, you kidnap students from their schools in the north, you get ransom, you buy more arms, you embolden yourselves. You have the guts to conduct a live press conference talking about insecurity in the East. Don't people have shame? Anyway, you don't. Who are the bandits, or should I say terrorists, taking hostages of school children and demanding ransom? Are they not Mieti Yala? Mieti, the chief negotiator. Who are the people destroying farms, raping and killing their victims daily around Nigeria? Fulani. Fulani. You know what? How they manage to convince some of you is what I find astonishing. Despite the overwhelming evidence, how they manage to convince you people that they mean well for you is something I can't understand. It was in Nigeria that I discovered
have agreed to end banditry as part of a peace deal initiative spearheaded by the Kaduna State government in collaboration with some federal government agencies to end violence in many parts of Kaduna and environs. Trust TV had exclusive access into the peace deal in at least 3 meetings across various bandit camps in Oregon of Chikul local government area, Rima Forest, and Maidaro in Giwa local government area, as well as Kamfanindoka along the Funtua-Birningwari road. Some of the bandit leaders include Samaila Suleiman, known as Boka, who has been terrorizing areas of KK, Danghonu, and many communities in Millennium City, Chikun, and other communities in Kajuru local government area. He was also the mastermind of abductions in Kwara State and the May 2024 abductions of students of Confluence of Science and Technology, Osara, in Kogi State. People who left their houses and families should come back and continue with their normal life. Sadiq Gelo is another bandit leader operating around Kateri and Gadamala Mamman on Kaduna Abuja Highway, while Musa is another kingpin operating around Jere, Moro, and Sabongayan on the Kaduna Abuja Highway. I am happy with this reconciliation because it will benefit the masses.
The black race were enslaved and colonized at the same time. After slavery came colonization. After colonization, now we are in the era of neo-colonization. If you want to know why a black man is easier to control than an animal, come to Nigeria, you will see it. You see, Punch newspaper is a Yoruba newspaper. Tribune is Yoruba. Nation is Yoruba. In fact, most major newspapers, they have this Yoruba leaning because most of them are based in and around Lagos, including Sun, Vanguard, all the rest of them. Unbelievable. They know that their forests and their lands have been taken over by the Fulani. The journalist writing their rubbish for Punch newspaper, he cannot go back to his village. Most of them in Ogun State.
Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining. My brother Christian, thank you for joining. You're welcome.
Morning, Marty Chus. Ndeo.
Dalo.
Oh, no.
So, dear friends, you're all welcome. You're all welcome once again. Sorry, I was a little bit busy. I couldn't be able to come up all this while, but I have to open up the platform and also be passing out the voice of Mazen Nnamdi and his messages. So I appreciate all of you for your patience, waiting, and being there for all of us. And I thank everyone for hanging out there. We'll continue to give a voice to Nnamdi, Kanu, and Simon Ekpa, and we will continue also to expose the oppression that is ongoing against the Biafrans and the indigenous people in the contraption called Nigeria. We must continue to expose them. The innocent people are haunted in Nigeria daily, and we will not be silent. A lot has happened within these few days, more especially in some of the states in the south. The issue of the case of abduction of protesters in Delta State, Edo State, has intensified. Recently, the videos we are seeing is that innocent students have been abducted, innocent students have been detained, taken to court, and taken to prison simply because they are protested, nothing else. So you see why protest does not solve a problem. You see why strong resistance is always the solution. You see why some people call for massive revolution, which is very difficult to attend to. So I still believe from all indication that the direction that the Biafrans are going in remains the only solution and the only way to go. Break up Nigeria, and then people will get their freedom. Apart from that, every other thing is just...
that is the only solution, bro. That is it.
Just address it. They're just putting deodorant in the whole thing, and at the end of the day, it will start off again. So the only problem, anybody that is sincerely want to settle the issue of Nigeria, is to break it up. Look at what is happening in Edo State. Students, for that matter, students, they went to their campuses and they took them away, detained them, took them to their court. You can imagine, court, sentenced them and sent them to jail.
Sorry, security operatives or the terrorists?
Security operatives
went to school to kidnap the students.
To arrest all the students that participated in the protest. That is what is happening. They arrested them.
But they will not use that energy to go into the bushes with arms and go after the terrorists that are surround all the bushes, all the forest. What is? If I had I don't know how does one describe what is going on in Nigeria? You know, I didn't pay much attention because of how I feel. You know, we were suffering these things for years and years. Now, Ali was Biafrans, and some of these people, they call us Biafraud. They call us IPOB. Yes. So they call us names, and they did not sympathize nor empathize with our Igbo youth were slaughtered and their bodies floating on the... We saw those videos, but none of them, in anywhere, they did not show sympathy. For them, it's like, so, but now they are feeling it. So I didn't pay much attention. I saw briefly that video, how the students were crying, they were being whatever. So I didn't have more detail about it. But the thing is that it's crazy what is happening in Nigeria. That they cannot use this same power, this same forcefulness to go after the terrorists, go after the Fulani bandits that were dispatched all over the place. It's incredible. Audio.
It is really incredible. So sad that innocent students, we are the one that are now being detained, and the country is moving on as if nothing happens. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Move on. Life continues. Everybody, so long your family member is not affected, so long your business is not affected, so long it's not happening in your own state, in your own area,
nobody cares. Yeah, they are running around talking about party affiliation, join ADC to APC, PDP to why the people they want to govern, they are being bombarded. They are facing hell on earth on daily basis. They just don't care. You see them at National Assembly, they don't care. The big men, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's incredible.
It is very shameful. It is very shameful, and it is not going to stop. It is not going to stop. No amount of protest is going to stop it. No amount of propaganda or whatever is going to stop it. The only thing that's going to stop is a credible action of disintegration of that zoological republic.
Yeah.
Even the intervention of the United States, this very intervention without putting this disintegration of Nigeria on the table will not solve the problem.
Never. It won't. It won't.
They
Absolutely.
will only take a leave as they have always done. You saw Buhari. Buhari, through his own tenure, he said he knows Nigerians. They will only talk and make noise. After some time, they go back to their various business.
Yeah.
And that is the tactics they always use, that delayed tactics. With this pressure now that is coming from the United States, you see all of them, they will behaving as if, they are concerned. Look at everything they are doing today is propaganda.
Yeah.
Either they show you a burning bush, or they show you Fulani Christians, or they show you Igbo Muslims. The next thing they show you that the whole northern people are united and they are talking in one voice. At the same time, you are still go to their news, you see abduction, massive abduction, killing going on every blessed day.
Yeah.
Every single day. It is so sad. There was one video I just saw before I came online. One video I saw before I came online. That guy that is from Yelwata, that's the United States. He was interviewing one of the activists in the United States that came to Yelwata. What happened by himself, and the guy was actually by his own self sponsoring the rebuilding of some houses and all whatnot. And the guy said he wanted to rebuild the market in Yelwata. And the next thing, the government intervened. When they intervened, they told him that he cannot, that they have a standard they want to build the market, that you should leave the market here, you shouldn't build the market, they have a standard they want to build. The guy said, okay, if you have a plan or standard, give me the plan and standard, let me see. If it is what I can do, then I can do it. Then they said the guy to give them about 3 days. Within 3 days, and they're going to send the guy the structure of the market. Say the next thing, he waited 2 weeks, they didn't come. The next time, after 2 weeks, the next information he got and the document they sent him was a structure of a market that worth up to 300 million naira that he will build. And the class of the market, he said that class of market is not anywhere in Nigeria. And this is the market they gave him a picture they want to build in a village in Yelwata. The guy was just laughing. He said the fraud in Nigeria and the insincerity and unwillingness for them to tackle the issue is overwhelming. Now you wouldn't know until when you step into Nigeria. Then you begin to see it yourself. So it is so disturbing. It's so disturbing, my brother.
Malchus, this the protesters, while I don't seem to share much sympathy with them, is because I've always believed that this line they're towing, there's not going to be light at the end of the tunnel, because if they were coming out to agitate for a peaceful dissolution of the country, then this is my position. This is where I stand, because I know that there's nothing that is going to work. There's no solution other than that dissolution of the country, and there's no reason why. There's absolutely no reason why the country should not embark on that. That Oduduwa must have their country, Arewa must have theirs, Biafra must have theirs, then the Middle Belters must have theirs, whichever region that wants to. I mean, that is the solution. But every day to continue on this trajectory, year in, year out, decade after decade, nothing changes. It gets worse every time. You come out, you protest, you get slaughtered, you go back home. The people, they just buy for nothing. Because if you are buying safe, you buy for something meaningful, right? But it doesn't yield any result. So they continue again and again doing the same thing. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I said, when we talk about it, they call us name. So that is what I don't like. We don't agitate to have our freedom because we hate anybody. No, it's not because we hate Yoruba or we hate Benin or we hate Hausa. No. But because we know that it's not working. It's not going to work, And it's just a total nuisance. That is what Nigeria is. So, but because of how they respond towards us, I said, okay. So they're feeling it now. And obviously, it's a waste of time because that is the only solution. And we just continue to hope that with time, we continue to gain the recognition and support internationally, because you need them too to have that breakthrough. You need international support, right? But we must continue to, advocate, continue to talk. So that is just protest. I mean, look at even this morning when I came, I saw in Iran more than 500,000 people already by in Iran. They've been on protest in Iran for some days now, right?
Yes.
And and there's this on BBC, a journalist making like a contemplation whether they should intervene. Like, okay, maybe whatever. I don't know what he means by intervene. Intervene to do what? I don't know. Well, for America, I know that Trump has said that his eyes is on it too. They are watching what is happening, and the different, because every different people have their different take on issues. So
Right.
yeah, they accuse. They say it's Mossad. They say it's Israel. Blah blah. But that's not true. Wow, everybody knows it's not true. So you can continue to give a dog a bad name, but it's simply not true. It's the people in Iran. Why it's not all of them 100%, but there are good sizable number of them that doesn't believe in that, and for them it's different, because I don't think they are asking for cessation. They are not asking for like a breakaway sort of. I don't know much, but I figure that they just want a change in the system that oppresses them, right? So
Yes.
it's the system that have a knee on their neck that they want to break away from, and for anybody to turn around and accuse Trump or Israel, how does that, you ask yourself, how does that work? The people, Iranians are sophisticated people. These are not people you will just manipulate them into protest. No, they are the one feeling it. They are the one living it. And they don't want it. They want something different. So they should be able to, they should be able to have a system in Iran that will allow people to live the way they want to live. But the notion that, just like what they are attempting in Nigeria, the notion that everybody must be compelled to come under Islamic Sharia law, because that is what it's all about, what is going on in Nigeria. Meanwhile, okay, now, so that in Iran, they are protesting now, and over 500,000 people, from the analysis, even way more than that, perhaps, because the government is coming down on them heavy-handedly, right? But we saw it happen in Nigeria during the NSAS too, And this is a country that is directly under the control of the British. But and Buhari, the terrorist Buhari, unleashed mayhem, slaughtered people, and afterwards he came to UK and he was given a rousing welcome, a red carpet welcome for massacring innocent protesters in Nigeria. Before then, they opened a kind of hypocritical inquest to look into it, but we know it's just a distraction. There, nothing was going to come out of it. It was afterwards when Buhari visited UK and we saw how he was welcomed. That's where I knew that so they were in support of it. The British were in support of the massacre, because for them it's like maintaining their business empire, which is exactly what Nigeria is. So this is the problem in the world. The double standard, the hypocrisy among nations is overwhelming, But the issue of Nigeria, people, I don't know. Sometimes I ask myself, what is that hidden thing? What is that top secret? What is that experimentation? Because it's obvious for people to know that it's not supposed to, it's not normal what goes on in Nigeria. We saw how it happened, like we were discussing yesterday in Yugoslavia, Eastern European countries, and they all, separated them. Everybody go their separate ways, and some, like I said, 2 million, 3 million, 1 million, but at least they live in peace, among themselves with one common goal, sort of, commonality and value system, stuff like that. So why can't they do the same in Nigeria? That is, but they know that. Why are they shining? Why are they behaving as if they don't know that is the solution. That is what I don't understand. A guy said that it's complicated. What do you mean complicated? Complicated how? He said that.
Nothing complicated. The only thing that is complicated is Nigeria itself.
Yeah, well, he is trying to say that if you divide it, that what about the resources? How about this? What do you mean? What about the resources? If you have resources, you have resources. If you don't have, everybody have what they have.
Everybody have what they have. Whatever is in your territory is yours.
It's yours, exactly. Some have granite, some have gold, some have diamond. Some have oil, some have uranium, different things. What you have is what you have. Why would it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know why the international community, they are just but again, one thing I thank God about is the fact that if people think that they can shy away from it or continue to pretend as if they don't know the truth or what the solution is, they are wasting their time, because one way or the other it will affect you. And when it comes to like Israel, for example, Israel is going to become a superpower. Maybe Israel, I'm telling you the gospel truth. And anybody who thinking that Israel will just sit and watch while this thing goes on in Nigeria, because Nigerian government they've choose their fight, they've pitched their tent, with the terrorists. Nigerian government has pitched their tent with the terrorists. We know that. When they invited the Hamas and the ISWAP and the rest of them, we know that their primary agenda is to destroy Israel. So you will not expect that Israel will just sit and allow this thing to continue to evolve, to unfold, and just watch Nigeria become what they are hoping it will become. And then their primary target will be Israel and United States, basically. Okay? So if you think that they will just, because it's a sovereign country, they stay away and you are wasting that time. Nigerian government already, they came to the international community to declare their support for the opponent of Israel. They are pushing the agenda that Israel is committing genocide against Palestinians. The Nigerian government, what was their position at United Nations? And they invited Hamas, and now they are all collaborating. And even to the extent that even a guy who is not even a northern job, because he was brainwashed, being used by the caliphate, as Sarid Okubo was accusing Israel, said that why are they talking about Christian genocide? Meanwhile, that Israel is committing the wars against Palestinians. So what is happening in the Middle East is for him prior, his own priority than what is happening in his own country. That is
the evil. That is the evil that Donald Trump is fighting, that everybody must join him to fight. Yeah. Because these people don't seem to keep, wherever they are, they don't care about their nation. They don't care about their neighbors.
It's that religion.
The only people they regard as human are those that have the same faith with them.
Simple.
If you don't have the same faith with them, they are ready to, whether you are in the same country or in the same village, they don't even care about
They don't care. They don't care. Yeah. That is the problem. So obviously the only solution is let everybody have their own this thing. So, and Sarid Okubo, whatever. But I think that he's not gonna enjoy huge support from his people, because it's beginning to dawn on people now that he doesn't care. He just cares only about himself and Islam. That's all he cares about. Maybe he brainwashed a few people because he has money. The caliphate that runs Nigeria, they give him any amount of money. These guys have enough money to play with, So then he's able to also get some boys, give them money, and they stand behind him. But at the end of the day, they will desert him. When push comes to shove, the Niger Deltans, they will desert Sarid Okubo because he's up to no good. How do you go, Brachus?
But what do you see one thing that is happening that I can't understand, that the people are not even paying attention? Do you know that Islamic countries do not even tolerate these people, these terrorists? They don't tolerate them.
Yep.
They don't want. I've seen so many videos they're making recently. even blaming the West, that they are the ones radicalizing them. They allow their people to, when they arrest their own people, put them under detention, or they will run away and go to the West. Then go to the West and now recruit people and begin to radicalize. Still claiming to change the same place they have run to. They want to change it to that same place they don't want to be.
Like Britain, huh?
Like what's happening in Britain today.
I think I saw a video like that, you said, yeah?
You can imagine.
Yeah.
In Qatar, in Saudi, even in Saudi, or in what do you call it, in Dubai, they don't tolerate these extremists at all. They don't tolerate them.
Yeah.
They don't give them a breathing space. Now, when these people are dealing with them, the West will now come around to save them. They are persecution. They will run for exile to go and take cover. Then you now that bring them in, you now allow them to stay in your own land and grow that same ideology that is troublesome.
And it will become a problem too. Yeah.
I don't know how. Okay, look at this. For example, now this Gumi we are talking about. Saudi Arabia supposedly is the headquarters of Islam. That everybody knows. You can't deny it. That is where everybody wants to. If you have not been there, you've not started. But these people rejected this man called Gumi. They identify him as a terrorist.
Yeah.
Somebody who claimed to be an imam, respected in a country, but in their headquarters of religion, they said that this man is a terrorist. He's not allowed to enter. And yet, in your own country, you worship him. You give him a presidential honor. He becomes untouchable. To the extent that he is the one directing the government today. Didn't you see that Tinubu went to Turkey to go and discuss about security, just as that Gumi directed?
Really? Recently?
You never see that one.
Hey.
Tinubu went to Turkey to discuss about security issue, even when he knows that the United States are already on the ground doing something. Just because of that direction I was given by this terrorist.
Well, that is a clear indication that they are the one guiding Tinubu. They are telling him what to do, you know.
Absolutely, there's no truth about it. They are the one guiding him.
Yeah, just like when the Caliphate, Sultan of Sokoto went to him a day before the verdict on the Nnamdi Kanu. He probably tell him to bring him to Sokoto. Whatever reason for doing that, I don't know. We can speculate. But my strong suspicion is that they wanted us to kind of go guns a-blazing, sort of to flame up and begin to fight, protest, just to, just divert the whole focus on us. But that didn't work. That's one of the things I suspect would have happened. Probably one of their, calculations that, when they give him life, send him to Sokoto, Biafra will begin to protest, then they will crack down, they will come and it become another major fight. But they fail woefully, So Tinubu, like you see, that's why I keep saying it. They are the one bringing whatever happens to them in terms of Israel or United States coming down to act. They brought it upon themselves because even the Turkey, it's been proven that Turkey is sponsoring Islamic jihadism all over the place, So, and we know the objective of these Islamists too is to destroy Israel. Man, choose 1 minute, I can make something now.
Okay, my brother. So when we talk about these issues, people will not understand. The only time you understand is when you pay attention. If you look critically closely, you will see that these countries that are extremists, these countries where they have these extremists, they don't even associate with the ones that are liberal. Saudi government does not tolerate them. Saudi government today does not tolerate Iran. They are not a good time with Turkey because of their involvement in terrorism. The same thing with Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and all whatnot. They are not in good terms with all these extremists. They are busy developing themselves, getting themselves involved in critical things, in development in technology. Dubai is busy building the best technology. Saudi Arabia is investing in the future. Every blessed day, they are investing in the future. But what are the other people, Turkey and Iran, what are they doing? They are busy seeking for whom to dominate, seeking for a land to take over, seeking for people to run over, even when they cannot run their own country. Look at Iran that is building different kinds of arms and ammunition for themselves to take over regions. But yet the people of the country are impoverished. The citizens are impoverished. They don't have enough for themselves. They can't afford anything. But yet you focus on building nuclear weapons just to acquire power, to dominate, to destroy, to intimidate. What are you going to gain from that? But look at countries like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, even though we know it's an Islamic nation, but look at their governance and the way they do their things. Even though sometimes you indict them in involvement in that terrorism, but they don't boast about it. They don't go about threatening people openly. They don't go about getting involved directly. There might be some of their citizens or some groups that are still supporting this, but the government itself, you cannot see them getting involved in the open. When they see it, they rebuke it and they speak up about it. The same thing with Dubai. Abu Dhabi, you can never see them getting involved in all this nonsense. They focus on genuinity, they focus on promotion of their, they focus on respect for everyone, respecting their religion. When you get there, you respect them. They have places for them. They have, even though it's an Islamic country, but yet there is a provision for everybody to practice what they want to practice. More especially when they know that you are not alone. Nobody's going to force you or put a knife in your neck to do this or do that. And you see how they are progressing. But what do you see in other regions? What do you see? Those who are focused on domination, what have you seen among them? What have you really gained? What have you seen? It is sad, but these situations are things that we must pay attention to, because that is what Nigeria is driving at today. Today, Nigeria being a country of particular concern, you can see that is deviating from the right thing and going to the wrong path. Everything that is wrong is what is happening in Nigeria today. Everything that is wrong.
Okay.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, I muted myself when I left. So I was going to say that if what you told me now, because I haven't seen it, I don't know anything about it, but obviously that is a very dangerous part. If Tinubu is visiting Turkey to negotiate or whatever, based on what Gumi and, because why do I say that? Is that Turkey, they're like, should I say, a collision course between Turkey and Israel. I'm telling you. Yeah, because the Israeli government, they've not the fact that Turkey is working against their interest. They've seen 100%. That. So if and Israel have strong influence in Nigeria too. Nobody can take that away, and America too. So if you are now bringing Turkey, we know how the Turkish feel, their position, how they. So obviously that is going to become like either clash of conflict of interest. Yeah. I don't know if they will bring their soldier, because Gumi was saying that if they need military support, blah, blah, Turkey should come in. So I don't know what Turkey is going to offer. I don't know what Turkey is going to offer Nigerian government.
Nothing. There is nothing they are going to offer. Is it the same Turkey that have been indicted in supporting Boko Haram?
Exactly. So anything Turkey. So I don't know why, if Tinubu goes there, it remains to be seen what benefit, because there's nothing good that's going to come out of Turkey other than to further solidify the Islamization and Flanization of Nigeria. So, maybe we shall see what they come up with. But one thing is for sure, that is that the Nigerian government is a known terrorist government now. And, Canada court said it too, but we know on our own that the government is a terrorist one and nothing good can come out of it. So, and that's why you see they're in charge of every section in the government. Their priority is not straight. what they're supposed to do, they won't do it, right? They have these security agencies going after innocent people who protest, rather than send them to go and fish out the terrorists. They won't do that. And instead, they will be embarking on mere propaganda day and night, just propaganda, showing pictures, image of things that are not tangible.
Things that doesn't exist.
Things that doesn't exist, that they are doing it, but it's all lies. Meanwhile, some governors in the north there, they are pardoning and reintegrating mass truth. Oku Nigeria. Oku for the Oku. That is oh my God. That to bite my tongue, Oku Nigeria, God for Chineke Oku Nigeria. Evil country. I've never seen a country like Nigeria.
Evil country.
They say that these guys, they are terrorists. There's no point. I don't know what rehabilitation. Just take them away. That is what you can do, because that is the only thing. If they are genuine, if they are serious, the only thing they have to do is go after them, take them out, let them go and sort that out with the maker. Because there's no. They've shown over the years that if you pardon them, then they will turn around and they will commit the worst again. So that pardoning or that reintegration, whatever they call it, there's another word they call that in the radicalization or whatever. It's not working. It can never work, because the ideology is very strong in them. So you put them in the military, they will sabotage the good ones, the good military guy. Because that's not to say that there are no few good ones. There are still good ones in the military and the police. But the bad ones, the terrorists that they put inside, make their job much more difficult. You know what I mean? They can shoot them from behind, and the one was saying the other day that his fellow military guy was telling him, discouraging him not to attack the terrorists. So that means he's a sympathizer of the terrorists, or he's one of the terrorists that was reintegrated into the military. You see, so this is, and the government knows this thing, and yet they are doing it. So that's why, for me personally, I generalize, I classify the Nigerian government as a terrorist one. And thank goodness, like a Canadian court has also come to that conclusion. That is a terror, APC, PDP, whatever, Tinubu, they are all in it. They are all in it. And the country, we need help. We need external help to solve this. If people depend on Nigerian government, nothing, because they are just the terrorists themselves. Shetima, they are the one running the show. Ruhu Ribadu, that national security, and they are the one running the show. They are the one in charge. Yes. So any nation,
is the one in charge of recruiting bandits into the federal level, make them untouchable.
Exactly. So if any country, America or Israel, they cannot rely on Nigerian government, because it's just it's just propaganda, to make people believe that they are doing something when in actuality they are not. They do nothing, absolutely nothing. So, how do you go, my brother?
Let's hear this there.
See, I think people should not be deluded. Trump saying he will come help the protesters, it's not that he believes in freedom too much. It's the same thing they did in Venezuela. They are resourced in Iran and they want to control things. I'll take you back.
You see the narratives of these idiots.
Yeah.
I don't know where these idiots came there. Must everything be politics for them?
Yeah.
I don't know why they always see everything as politics. Even when you know that this is the only solution. Let me tell you, in this world, from creation, the world exists based on interest.
Of course.
That is a fact that you cannot deny.
Yeah.
Even each and every one of us are an individual. Even this idiot that is speaking, when his own interest is not covered, he is not going to participate in that.
That is why he wants Nigeria, because of his own interest.
Exactly. Even as he's dressed on suit, as he's coming to work, it is not every problem he sees on the way that he reports.
It's all about interest.
He will only report those information that will bring him out, that will make people listen.
Yeah.
That is what is all about. That's how the world operates. So when every time they talk, they begin to attack the US, it's because of oil, because of interest. Do you know the amount of money they spend to do all those things they do to maintain that peace? It costs money. How will they recover those money?
Even the money this Rufai is making from VOP, he is the owner. Well, from what I can see, he is the figurehead. But now British, now then, yeah, that VOP, VOP, no, is the British. They sponsor it, just like all these other channel stations in the zoo. There, they are all British corporations. So he's the one, the figurehead running it there. So he's making money. He's making money from there.
Even and the kind of news they report here is for their own interest. If they don't report this kind of news, the government will shut them down.
Yeah.
So all this is about interest. But when they come, they begin to use this nonsense narrative to discredit what is needed at this particular point in time. This is what is needed in the affair of the world today. Every single step that Donald Trump is taking is what is needed. Whether right or wrong, it is what is needed.
Yeah.
Because the world is driven to a very dangerous end already. It has gotten to the highest, to elastic limits that if nothing is done, that is the end of it all.
Yeah.
If not for Trump that came in now, begin to roll the clock back. By now, do you know how far they have gone? We would have been into another coronavirus would have been in place already.
Malchus. This is
lockdown. If not for Trump, there would have been another lockdown by now.
Yeah. This annual Rufai Hosseini, okay. Accusation upon accusation on Donald Trump. What has he done, or what is he capable of doing to stop the genocide, the Christian genocide going on in Nigeria? Is there anything he can do about it? The answer is no. So is he okay for this thing to continue, and every day he comes here with suit to talk about it, but did nothing? Just talk about the genocide, but he doesn't have the capacity or willingness to do anything about it, and they continue. And knowing, he has to know, he must know, they know that the government is unwilling. The government in Nigeria is not willing to fight the terrorists. They know it. They know it, because if Nigerian government wants to fight terrorists, if they want to stop this thing, they can do it. If they truly,
they can do it.
They will start.
More than a month, they will do it.
They will start by going after the list of financiers that they have, go after them, then use the military to go all out. Go all out against the terrorists in wherever forest they are, bombard them, and use men on the ground as they are running, you go after them and completely decimate them. They can do it. The Nigerian government can do it. But
in less than 1 month, they can do it in less than 1 month, because this is not even about very intelligent. They know them, they know where they stay, they know their parents, they know their houses. Each and every man, a governor came online.
A governor.
We know them, we know their families, we know them. Gumi has come several times and said he goes there to hold it, and when he's going, members of DSS escort him. Yeah,
a governor.
Gumi himself said that police and the DSS escort him to go and negotiate with them.
You saw these guys.
What else is holding them?
You see all these guys, these are the part of the problem. When we talk about the media in Nigeria, this is it. They are, because you know what? Why on earth can you not be very diligent once in your life and demand answer for a question and stick on it until you get an answer? Where is the investigation that they set up to know why the military were asked to step down in that church, that St. Mary's Church? These guys, it's supposed to be their job as journalists. They will be asking the question non-stop until they get an answer, but they moved on. They just push it aside, they moved on. Deliberately. It's not like it's a mistake, they moved on. Why would they not come out and say, so who is in charge? Who is running Nigeria? Who is the president? And where is he? Where is Tinubu? Why would they not ask the question? What is going on? Is he in the hospital? Is he sick? Is he dead? Whatever. How many weeks now? More than 2 weeks, I suppose. He has been gone. Tinubu has been gone for more than 2 weeks now. Nobody know. The only thing you see is that Tinubu does this, Tinubu does that. But anybody can just write anything from his inner calculus. They just write Tinubu said it. That's all. But nobody know where he is. So where are the journalists following the president around? Because when president travels, they have a press, presidential press group that follows him along. Where is the one from? Where is the one from Nigerian president? This is I'm saying is part of their job. This Rufai Hosseini, people praise them, but they don't do their job. They are just praising, and they're just in this hypocritical game they play. My brother, these people. So let him come and spoon all sort of rubbish about Trump, but we know the truth. We cannot be fooled with their rubbish. How do you go?
Historically, this was how the Americans did in '53 when they removed Mossadegh. After Mossadegh left, they brought in the Shah because the Shah was amenable to them. And when they had the Shah there, after the Shah, the Iranians grew weary of the Shah. So what happened in '79? There was a revolution. He left, Khamenei came in, and he had this high-handed, sort of like autocratic rule in Iran, with the Ayatollahs and the likes. It's all about interest. What are the interests? There's oil, there's mineral, there's geopolitics. They want supremacy in that area. You see, the Iran and Israel that is fighting today, under the Shah, Iran and Israel were very big allies. In fact, you had some of the Israelis, be in charge of security in Iran. The Israeli security forces used to share intelligence with Iran. So all of this is part of Trump's idea of America trying to capture the world. He feels he has gotten a leg in the Western Hemisphere. And now he's looking at the possibility of, okay, if I can settle this Iran debacle, because if you remember, the Iran incident...
Now, tell me why that is a problem.
Is that a bad thing?
From what he's saying now, the person there is not ready to maintain the peace that have existed there.
Yeah.
And the United States want to restore that peace to make sure that Israel and Iran now get back their friendliness, friendship, and get that place in order. What is wrong about that?
I wonder. Okay.
Even if at the end of the day, they get interest in the oil, they get whatever them as a competition, what is wrong in that? The ordinary people that are living there today that are dying, their own interest is to have peace.
Exactly.
Just like Nigeria, you are talking about oil, sovereignty. An ordinary Nigerian person go out and come back peacefully without anybody talking.
That is it. That is it. Not oil.
That is what they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And each time you come on studio, you begin to promote a government that doesn't put anything on the table, doesn't have the interest of the masses at hand.
Yeah.
This is how they're talking from both sides of the world. From this angle he's going now, what is wrong in what United States is doing? The only thing he wants is, okay, you want them to come and do the thing free and go back home and relax without any interest. The world is operating based on interest. Even in our families, up to family level.
Yeah.
Up to family level, brothers and sisters, everybody have their own interest. Even parents, a mother and a father have special interest on each of their children. So why are you limiting? Why is it that sometimes they try to put this in as if it is one kind of ABC and all this and this? It's not like that.
But you know that when Nigeria intervened in Benin Republic, they said that Nigeria cannot. I heard them saying it that Nigeria cannot afford to just sit and watch. That is too close to comfort. That if there's instability there, that it will affect them. Or really, well, Venezuela is also American hemisphere, and whatever is happening there will affect them too. So you can just imagine that Nigeria can intervene in a neighboring country, and it's okay because, and you think that a superpower nations, that they will not do the same? If you, who cannot even manage your own country, can leave your country to go and interfere in another country. So, yeah, that is it. That is it's crazy. It's crazy, my brother.
The student crisis and, what happened in '79 really affected Jimmy Carter. Till today, some Americans will not forgive Jimmy Carter for that. So it's just Trump saying, let me assert my authority once again. This protest is here. And that's why I think Reza Pahlavi's son has been talking. In fact, they've been chanting his name and all of that. Yes. So all of that is going on. But there's also another side to it that the crackdown has started. A lot of people are being killed, and that's why they're talking in the UK. And in fact, it's not only the Labour Party executives that are saying, proscribe IRCG, the Iranian Revolutionary Guards. In fact, people like Togan Hart was seen on Sky yesterday also muting that same idea. So I'm just giving a back context. Yes, America, they will come out and say they love freedom. It's not all about freedom. In the end, it's about what they can gain, and they feel that once they get in there, they will be able to, lead what is happening in Iran, just like they've done in Syria. As long as America has somebody that is loyal to them in power in the Middle East or other areas, I mean, they're very content with it. So that's just it. And as regards Venezuela, I'm sure you're seeing what they're now doing by extension to Cuba, by saying, no, you're not going to get oil, you have to come through with us. They've also muted Cuba because after the Bay of Pig invasion failed, because this same thing they did to Venezuela, they tried to do it to Cuba in the 60s, but the Bay of Pig invasion failed. They were rounded in 62. The Bay of Pig invasion failed. They were rounded by... what's his name now? I forget his name now. The founding father
Fidel Castro.
They were rounded by Castro, and because of that, it led to the Cuban nuclear crisis where, Khrushchev said, let me put in some nuclear weapons there so that it will deter the Americans. This was exactly also what they did with Salvador Allende, where they used Augusto Pinochet and they took over Chile. So as long as their person is there, this is in America, they said the one for, as long as their person is there, they don't have problems. They never had problems with Augusto Pinochet. Salvador Allende was legally elected in Chile then in the 60s.
You should channel this energy in Nigeria. As long as a Yoruba man is in power, the Yoruba people don't care.
Yeah.
As long as an Hausa man is in power, Hausa people don't care. As long as a middle better person is in power, they don't care. So when you are saying this as if it is something that is very close in your house there, that is why we are crying for the disintegration of the zoo. So that people can be able to build their own country, create country according to value system, and begin to live peacefully among themselves. This energy you are using to explain to us what happens in the US politics and whatever, that is how the world operates. Interest.
Yeah.
It is not new. Everybody wants interest. Russia, they cannot go anywhere without having an interest. China cannot enter anywhere without having an interest. Nigeria went to Benin Republic because of their interest.
Yeah.
So why is that the United States different?
Yeah, it's all about interest.
The UK is holding Nigeria captive today because of interest.
Exactly.
So why are you blowing that trumpet as if that one is different?
Exactly the same playbook. So let's not be deluded. We will see how all of this will pan out.
Absolutely. And I mean, to echo those sentiments, we're almost seeing a resurgence of some type of a neo-Cold War coming up, especially when you dissect the alliances. And you see that although not as direct as they may have been during the Cold War, there were those relations, those ties with the then USSR, where Cuba is involved. Venezuela's own ties were after Cold War, but it's still that sphere of influence. And you also can't negate the fact that there's a direct attack being made on Russian influence that continues to spread globally. And this is sparking, I don't know what we will call this particular one, because it's not quite a Cold War, but it's not a full-blown war either. But tensions continue to heat up. And we're seeing a huge resurgence of, shall we say, regime change to U.S. preferential leadership, which looks like what's going to emerge in Iran. I watched Reza Pahlavi speak on Fox News yesterday, and he was speaking about how, the streets in Iran are being named after Donald Trump because Obama failed them, Biden failed them. And this is a gentleman, as much as he's positioning himself as the next potential leader to succeed his father, who is the Shah, who was deposed 47 years ago. He hasn't been back to Iran in 47 years, but from the United States, where he's addressing the media and he's encouraging people to hit the streets from social media, he has has not been back to his country, yet he's positioning himself to be the next leader to come and take over. And I just pray that in all of this, the true will of Iranians will be what will prevail. If they are done with the regime of the Ayatollah, I hope that whatever follows is not something that will be imposed by them, especially by an American-Israeli alliance, so to speak. Very quickly, in the morning, I didn't get a chance to comment on Chimamanda Adichie and all going on, especially as a mother. The first point I wanted to make is that there was reference made to Atlantis Pediatric Hospital, which is run by Dr. Uwaje and is a fantastic establishment.
Yes.
And I believe that's where the young man had first been taken to before being transferred for further procedures. And I just want to highlight that as much as the topic of conversation is negligence, there are facilities such as that, and a woman led by a woman, pediatrician, Dr. Uwaje, who do take special care with children. And are not indicted in this particular investigation, which shows that they did all that they possibly could. So yes, there is the aspect of negligence, but there are also some facilities that did their best in all good conscience, and just trying to balance that.
Okay, I'll start with local stories and take maybe one or two foreign stories. First, the story on the front pages of Tribune, Vanguard, Sun, and Daily Trust today about a story we've been dealing with on this table, which is the Osun State situation with regard to local government councils. The latest story that I have seen is that the Osun State government has now filed a case at the Osun State Magistrate Court in Osogbo, suing the United Bank for Africa and 4 of its officials, and alleging that they have opened illegal accounts on behalf of the local governments, which is in contravention, they claim, of the Osun State Local Government Administration law, edict, as it were, at the state level. And, I think that it's very embarrassing that we are on this matter. We have been on this matter of Osun State and the local councils since February 2025, with the two parties, PDP and APC, fighting each other on over which is the legitimate authority to run those local councils. I think President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, we have now reached a point where the president himself has to act as a statesman. He had a similar situation in Lagos State many years back under the Obasanjo administration. He should put his feet down and resolve the problem. How can you have a local government, in a government, in an administration that is talking about local government autonomy, and then for political reasons, this crisis has lingered. It will be almost an additional year by next month. I think the matter calls for the intervention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As for UBA, where they've been taken to cover, a bank is looking for business and they will do business. If you want to open an account, they are not likely to be looking at politics. They will look at the customer. But there is still that subsisting problem in Osun State. The second local issue that I would like to talk about is I saw a story that commissioners that have already been removed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu from the upstream regulatory agency and from the midstream and downstream regulatory agency are still going to work. Now, this raises a moral question. Whoever those commissioners are, they should just act in a mature manner, in a reasonable manner, and be moralistic. If they have removed you and they've sent other people's names to the National Assembly for endorsement, for ratification, for vetting, why are you still going to the office? And I think at the NUPRC, where
only in Nigeria, people who are already been sacked and removed from their work, they are still going to work and receiving salary.
Ghost workers. Ghost workers. Yeah.
From the direction of the president to they have been removed, they are no longer existing, but they are still going to work and receiving salary.
we have Mrs. Eyesan in charge, and NMD PRA, where we have Engineer Mohammed in charge. They should tell the security people, those commissioners, recalcitrant commissioners who are sitting tight, if they come to the office either this morning or tomorrow morning, they should be turned back. When you don't disgrace some people, they don't learn. The story
F-face Ruben Abati. Where is the president he's talking about? Can anybody ask Ruben? Where is Tinubu? Where is that president?
Ask me.
If these people are not just they themselves recast oh my god. So can somebody ask Ruben about it? Where is this president you are making? How many times he mentioned Mr. President? Where is Mr. President? Somebody should ask him. He probably knows. Let him tell Nigerians. Where is he? Nigeria. This is what has been going on and continue to repeat itself. With Yaradua, with Buhari, with Tinubu, this is what we get from Southwest and majorly Northern Fulanis. This is what we continue to get. Yeah? We then do well.
That I read, I don't want to mention anybody's names, but they should lend themselves common sense and stay away from the place. Finally, on elections. Now there will be elections, general elections in over 40 countries in the year 2026, involving about 1.5 billion people voting to elect people, about 1/5 of the world's population. However, this January, you mentioned Uganda, Portugal, and Myanmar. Now, in those countries, in Africa particularly, let's start with Africa, there will be 10 major general elections in the year 2026, involving Djibouti, Cape Verde, Ethiopia, Zambia, the Gambia, South Sudan, Uganda, and Republic of Congo, where you have Denis Sassou Nguesso, Denis, and then Republic of Benin. However, two issues. If you look at Myanmar, in Myanmar, it's a question of the military trying to impose itself. They started the election on December 28th. The second phase was yesterday. The other phase, I think, is January 25.
Yes.
But the military in Myanmar has banned the opposition. Their party, their preferred party that lost the election in the 2020 election, they have given them advantage. And then they are saying that 25% of parliament, their parliament is called Hooch Law. The Piota and the Amiota, that is the military that will have 25% there. So what they are doing in Myanmar, the outcome is predictable, and it is not election. The same case can be made for Uganda, when Yoweri Museveni is looking for a 7th term after.
Forget this.
Like I said, then get the election for Nigeria.
More people everywhere. Let's go to the other.
Thank you all for starting your day with us. We begin what's trending with people online reacting with a sense of optimism and hope when it comes to the fight against terrorism, after a new video released on Sunday showed the Nigeria Police Air Force Wing attacking and killing a number of unspecified terrorists in Kogi State. And according to an official statement from Kogi State Police, they say that this joint police-military attack has yielded results, that terrorists were removed, their networks taken out, and scores neutralized. Let's watch.
Is this not the video we watched yesterday? The video we watched yesterday, and we did not see anybody neutralized. We did not see any movement in the forest. Now, look at how they are reporting it as if they did something.
Yeah.
They are telling us they neutralized. Look, the same video we watched yesterday closely. I'm saying, look at this. They are still playing it here.
Yeah.
And before he started playing it, telling us how they succeeded.
You're like, Mark, just 1 minute.
Telling us how they neutralized. What did they neutralize? They neutralized nothing. They neutralized absolutely nothing. And when you see this, you push this, their lies and their propaganda and lie, you begin to wonder, where is their conscience? Where is their conscience? These people don't have conscience at all. They don't have conscience. Only lies. Continue to spill lies every blessed day. And you think lies will save you.
This joint police-military attack has yielded results, that terrorists were removed, their networks taken out, and scores neutralized. Let's watch. And in a similar vein, on Saturday, we had the Minister of Defense, General Christopher Musa, putting out a strong public warning saying that anyone who's seen aiding terrorists, bandits, or insurgents will be dealt with accordingly. Now, General Musa made these comments while being received as a guest of honor at the Armed Forces Remembrance Day golf tournament in Abuja. Let's see what he had to say about how a friend of a thief is still a thief.
Those bandits, criminals, insurgents, terrorists should stop. Because they say the friend of a thief is a thief. For us, if we get to the battlefield and you are among them, then whatever happens to them happens to you. And it's important for those good Nigerians to provide necessary information as quickly as you see something so that action should be taken. And the armed force is always ready to react.
But in the backdrop of all of this, we had Nigerian forces seeming to go all in the fight against terrorism. But the Katsina state government on Saturday fully defended its own decision to initiate the release of 70 people suspected to be involved in terrorism back into society. Now, according to the Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasir Muazu, you see on your screens, the decision is all part of a peace agreement between communities and bandits that have repented across the state. So on the one hand, we have this large-scale operation between the Air Force and police to kill terrorists in Kogi. We have Musa making it clear that the federal government has a zero-tolerance policy against anyone aiding terrorists. But then you have this initiative from the Katsina state government to release repentant terrorists back into society. So, Rufai, I'll start with you. How's the public supposed to reconcile all of this?
You remember Fela Kuti had a song? Confusion.
Mad people. Which massive or mass scale, well, how did she put it? They're not fighting any terrorists. They are just showing a video of a burning bush somewhere. They are stage managing Nigeria for people to think that, they've stepped up to fight terrorists. They are not.
Scale of success. I've recorded one scale of success against the terrorists.
Where, how? Where is the evidence? Nothing to show. And Musa is there. Nobody is asking Musa, all about what has become of your investigation. Yes. You have to. First things first, there should be first things first. You finish what you are doing, then you say you want to investigate what led to the kidnap of those children. What become of it? Nobody know that one. And he come now to say that there's zero sympathy for whatever. I don't know. But does he not know that he was in Middle East that time when the list was issued, the list of the terror sponsors and financiers? Why are they not going after them? They are just managing this whole thing just to make people believe what is not true. It's crazy, my brother.
Ekpa, double wahala for daddy body and the owner for daddy body and double. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
The military chief is saying, we got to kill them because, yes, we got to kill them.
Yeah,
These
true.
people kill, they destroy lives, they maim. And you can see the efforts being spent. Do you know what it costs? I think it was the military chief that was saying it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to get a missile. When you fire a missile, you lose hundreds of thousands of dollars. At the same time, the state government is saying they had a peace deal with the bandits, and they had the temerity, the unmitigated temerity to write to the Judicial Commission to release bandits because they had a peace deal with them. How mad can we get in this country? In one fell swoop. So if the military chief is saying that if you're a friend to a bandit, then you are an accomplice. The Katsina state government, can we by extension say they're accomplices in this? Because we need to be able to rate them out. These are people that are causing terror. And we have seen in the past, it's not today they're signing peace deals with bandits. They don't always keep to the agreements. God knows how many peace deals they've signed. They've signed peace deals in the past, but nothing came out of it. So I would like to go in line with what the military chief has said. We should not encourage the Katsina state government. In fact, they should call the governor to order. I don't know who supported this brokering of this peace deal. that the bandits have the temerity to go across local governments. I think that was even the point they should have even arrested those bandits in the first place and make them face the full wrath of the law. We can't keep pampering insecurity. These are vestiges of a failed state.
Right.
Well, very quickly, I think the Katsina state government, regardless of the explanation by the Commissioner for Home Affairs and Internal Security, is guilty of the same thing that the Minister of Defense, General Musa, was talking about, aiding and abetting, which is a crime in itself, within the purview of Section 7 of the Criminal Code of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, the Minister of Defense was saying that, look, if you cooperate and you support terrorists, you are guilty, and you too can be punished. Because the receiver of stolen goods under Section 247 of the Criminal Code is also a thief. So if you are aiding and abetting and you are acting as a fence, helping criminals, don't forget the word bandits. We're talking about criminals here. People who are...
You see these people, when they serve them well, they will use the right language.
Yeah.
These people are not criminals, they are terrorists.
Exactly.
Even him, he's still painting the word, calling them criminals. What do you mean by criminal?
Oh, okay.
Criminal is even making them more lighter than the bandits they call them. When you call them criminal, you're even making it much more lighter. All the members of the Senate are criminals.
Yeah.
All the senators are criminals. All the governors are criminals.
Yeah.
So when you begin to call them this, use this term criminal for them, you are still painting them light. That is why we accuse these people of telling half-truth every time. No single truth will come out from their mouth. Even when you look at them as if they're telling the truth, look deeply, you see a big lie in it. Look at how he's talking now and shouting, oh, why would you call them criminals? They are not criminals. These are terrorists.
Yeah. There's difference.
People have told you that every one of them is a terrorist.
Yeah, because there's difference between...
Why is he still afraid of calling them terrorists in his studio?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there.
You see the evil, you see the double standard, the evil in them.
Yeah.
Tinubu have announced on national TV that these people, every one of them is a terrorist. Now you say don't call them bandits, they are criminals. Which is
even lower because there's difference
even
between
lower, very lower, it is lower.
Yeah.
But look at the way he's saying it as if we will clap for him that he said don't call them bandits, they are criminals. Why don't you tell him that? Don't call them bandits, they are terrorists. And because the president has said so, why don't you use that term, terrorist? But if it were IPOB now, they would say proscribed IPOB members.
Yeah.
Proscribed IPOB terrorists. He will say it without thinking twice. Mad people everywhere.
Abducting other people. In one of the local governments in that same Katsina state, they abducted 162 persons. In another local government, 28. In another local government, 26. In another local government, 62. And now you are saying, oh, you have collected some persons back and you have released 70 persons. We have said it again and again. This culture of giving pepper soup and jollof rice and ashoebi to bandits and terrorists should have ended with President Buhari, who was an expert in what they call rehabilitation, reconciliation, which never worked. In fact, in one state, they even arranged wives for these bandits, and yet they continue to operate. So the point made originally by the Minister of Defense is that you will be encouraging these terrorists by identifying themselves, by giving a fresh definition to the Stockholm Syndrome, which is the problem that they have in Katsina State. We do not accept the explanation by the commissioner that you have prisoners of war, prisoner exchange, prisoner swap. That's not the case here. You are exchanging criminals with innocent people. All those 70 persons that were released and they've been negotiated with should be facing the full wrath of the law and not asked that their cases be withdrawn from the courts. I think it beggars belief. I think it's confusing. And this is why many people say that the Nigerian governments, particularly at the state level, they don't seem to understand what is going on.
Exactly.
The position of the federal government is that we do not negotiate with terrorists.
Exactly.
And then in Katsina, they are negotiating with terrorists and they are beating their chest about it. Imagine the commissioner say, if you are not happy, seek redress in the court of law. What insolence.
Yes, that's such a key point, that the state and federal government need to be working in unison together as opposed to going in different directions. But let's now take another story. We're here in Lagos. The world-renowned Nigerian author Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie and her family are grieving, but they're also calling for accountability from the private hospital Eurocare after the death of her 21-month-old son, Kanu Nnamdi. So in a detailed legal notice put out on Saturday, Adichie's lawyers allege that the hospital, its anesthesiologist, and personnel as well, neglected the duty of care for their son, who died on the 7th of January. Now, according to the notice, their child was referred to this hospital for procedures before a medical evaluation in the US with an American team on standby. But in a notice, Adichie's lawyers outline a series of lapses from Eurocare, including the appropriateness and amount of propofol given to her child, a lack of continuous monitoring, a lack of resuscitation equipment, among a plethora of other issues. Now, lawyers say that these lapses make the hospital and personnel involved liable for medical negligence that led to the child's death. Now, as a result, the Lagos State Governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has now ordered a probe into the alleged medical negligence, while Eurocare noted in a Saturday statement that it had started a detailed investigation. We also know that the doctor involved in the incident has reportedly now been suspended. And Vimbai, I'll come to you on this because, one, this is such a tragic story that we took as it broke. But what's also been interesting to see has been how online so many people have now come out to share their own stories about how loved ones have either passed away or almost passed away because of medical negligence at hospitals in Nigeria.
Yes, and as a result of this, a lot of us have sort of traumatic responses when we go into hospitals now. You're on Google, you're on ChatGPT, you're double checking, you're paranoid because you want to ensure that everything is being done properly. However, this is a matter that is still being probed, is still being investigated. But at the foundation of it, what are the allegations? The allegations are that, when this anesthetic was administered, they say that medical professionals say that there are various stages of monitoring that need to happen after such an anesthetic has been administered, especially to a child. The account says that instead of this child, being monitored, being on oxygen, that the anesthesiologist kind of just, carried the child over his shoulder casually, from room to room, from various procedures and so forth. The picture that's painted is devastating. And especially from, institutions that, these private institutions are some of the institutions that people feel, well, this is where relief will come from, because people feel that in the public institutions, the lack of funding and, the lack of medical personnel available is detrimental. Now, if you can't also turn and trust the private institutions, then what is going on? Again, the institution has responded and they've said that they followed all due procedures. Investigation is underway. Evidence will be tendered, and we'll get to the bottom of this. I do hope we get to the bottom of this. But in the morning, Dr. Abati made a very profound point, which is that in a period of just about 2 to 3 weeks, we've made global headlines. Nigeria has been in the headlines #1 for insecurity when Donald Trump struck, which is totally unrelated, but I'm just talking about Nigeria's image right now globally. So you have headlines on that. Then following that, you have headlines about Anthony Joshua having a car accident. Now you have Chimamanda Adichie. What I'm saying is that Nigeria's global image currently is going to need a lot of work to be done. Is it PR work that needs to be done? Well, some people might say that's important, but I think that it's a moment for us to sit down and reflect and see how to get back to the fundamentals of nation building so that we can correct some of these wrongs that are now systemic failures that normal people who don't make headlines daily face and contend with on a daily basis so that this stops being the norm. Again, our condolences to the family. We pray that justice is served. We pray that it's served speedily. And, beyond this, I pray that they can also get some necessary privacy to process all of this, because grief is a beast, and it comes in so many stages. And I pray that she's surrounded by love and care. And father as well, both mother and father are surrounded by love and care during this time.
Absolutely. May his soul rest in peace. Now let's move on to politics, where after 17 days and 23 local government area visits later, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike is back in Abuja after his tour of River State, where yesterday he told his critics, who may want to get him fired, that he's not going anywhere because, according to the minister, the only person who has the power to remove him from office is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, Wike made these comments while speaking to a crowd on Sunday in Obio Akbor, where he also spoke about how critical their local government area is to the election. Let's watch.
About people who say, sack me. It doesn't lie in their mouth. If my appointer believes that I cannot offer anything again, he has a right. It's not that you should tell him. But I'm very proud that all the people are proud, that Rivers people are proud. And we can tell Nigerians we have not disappointed them as far as it is concerned.
Meanwhile, as Wike was speaking, we also had the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, calling for calm and peace in his state, while throwing some subtle shade at Wike, saying that dogs bark when they don't understand. Now, the governor made these comments on Sunday while addressing a congregation at St. Cyprian's Anglican Church in Port Harcourt during a commemoration of Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. Remember, this comes as Fubara is facing impeachment proceedings from the House of Assembly over gross misconduct. But according to the governor, everything in the state is going to be all right. Let's watch.
When we were marking the New Year dinner, I said something that dogs bark when they don't understand. Now see, I think a lot of you don't understand, and that's the reason why I don't shout, I don't complain. I know what I have. I know that I have what is supreme, and that is God. So, I want everyone to be relaxed. What is important is peace for this dear state. And we'll get it.
One quick reaction before coming to you, Dr. Abati. Adebanji said, Governor Fubara, this is the tweet, with all due respect, peace isn't restored by proverbs, it's restored by power. You've been talking about peace since last year, yet the political temperature in the state is still at boiling point. While you're speaking in parables, the dogs you are referring to are busy marking their territories and locking down the grassroots. Now, Wike and Fubara are clearly two very different types of politicians in terms of their delivery, their tone, their approach to politicking overall. And their two speeches yesterday were very evocative of their differences, Dr. Abati. And I guess the question now is, who will win out?
Okay, I'll be very brief. Because only yesterday I had a sit down with the governor of whether he was in town or not, whatever will happen, will happen. What is important is to have solid structures in place. Number 3 is that we also read in the papers that continue to suffer in that manner. So the intervention by the president, I think, is welcome.
Where people there are commending Governor Monday Okpebolo's work on the notorious Benin-Sapele-Warri Road and the progress he's made to build it up. So it had been a federal road until recently, and we'll show you pictures, when it was taken over by the Edo state government. And according to residents there, who often protested that the road's inoperable state, the changes have now been palpable, as you see. Residents say that transport is eased and economic activity is slowly coming back to life, as this is a critical road that connects Edo to other states in the south-south and southeast. But let's stay in Edo State, because as the state makes strides when it comes to roads and infrastructure, activities in Asal West local government area came to a standstill this Saturday with mass protests taking over as residents came out to protest the sharp uptick in kidnappings. So in videos circulating on social media, protesters are seen singing solidarity songs, tearing down 2027 campaign posters, while also blocking parts of the federal highway because, according to them, police there are not doing enough to keep them safe. Let's watch. Let's stay in Assam West local government area in Edo because there's also this new video emerging on Sunday evening that really captivated social media. Why? It shows the exact moment on a CCTV camera where a man drives into a compound before gunmen emerge from a bush and take him away. Let's watch. Now, in a statement signed on Saturday by the governor, Monday Okpebolo, his press secretary, he said that his administration has invested in modern security apparatus and intelligence to tackle criminals, adding that kidnapping is being addressed. But clearly, the issue here is that for a lot of people, their lives in Edo are clearly being upended, and to see abductions happen on video is especially jarring, Rufai.
I mean, that's a sad reality. So I'm happy about the Warriors-Sapele Road. I mean, very good one there, because that road has been like that in a deplorable state for a long time. But also the downside is the level of insecurity in Esanland. I have traveled most of that area, you know, up to Lekeke, Ubiaja, you know, Uromi, going down to Irua and even Ekpa. And at a point, you could actually travel on that road without needing the police escort. Today, it is quite difficult to travel. And that shows the level of insecurity. And that's why a lot of people are not happy about the governor. Because we have seen that it's just been lip service. We have not seen responses to the insecurity issue. You remember when some people were killed? They said they were hunters, they were riding around the state, and jungle justice happened, which we do not support, and some people were killed. He was quick to go out there, to go to the north, to be able to placate them. Yeah, they said because of national security and all of that. But the question is, the protesters that are protesting in Ekpa and places like that, you've not brought succor to them. In fact, for good measure, there's a report making the rounds that one of the protesters was killed. That there was even a video of where one of the protesters was shot directly. So what will be done to bring hope and succor back to these people? And that's what leadership has to do. And you see, the true test of a government is how they can provide security for the people. We still have a couple that was kidnapped, I think around that same area, that axis, that the wife had been released, but something happened to the ransom money that involved Harrison Guamisho and all of that. And the husband has not been released till date. People are selling their properties to pay ransom. Livelihoods being destroyed as we speak. And that's why we like the governor to wake up. You see, leadership is serious business. It's just not by saying that we've invested in heavy security and all of that. When we see the investment, we will know. We will know.
Absolutely. It'll be clear to everyone, you know, once security in Edo State is dealt with in a decisive manner. Now, before we take our milestone, let's quickly highlight our photo of the day, with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu arriving on Sunday in Abu Dhabi in the UAE for the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week. Now, the president's aircraft touched down at Zayed International Airport, where he was received by Sheikh Shakbout Nahyan Al Nahyan, the Minister of State. Now, the summit is a global forum for leaders, experts, and civil society organizations to tackle issues regarding innovation in the energy sector.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so Tinubu is in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, see, I'm the best way to look for it. Don't find out Abu Dhabi.
Ghost man. Ghost man, don't appear.
You we cannot even confirm whether if it is a recent visit or the old one that they show us. We don't know.
Exactly. With this Nigeria, anything is possible.
Because they always have their plan at hand. Once they go for a visit, they will record different videos and keep the side in case of any future.
There's one AI word they use AI also. You remember?
Exactly.
To show Tinubu. So these days, you can't put anything past the zoo or these people. My goodness, no, yeah.
And the finances it would take for societies to transition to renewable energy. A lot will be watching from that summit. But now, under milestones, with current and former leaders of the nation gathering on Saturday, January 10, to celebrate the 60th birthday of the former Sokoto State Governor, Aminu Tambuwal, a figure President Tinubu congratulated for his dedication to nation building and advancing democracy.
How do you?
Mad people everywhere. They always continue to deceive themselves, and deceive their masses. And the worst citizens I have seen in this planet Earth is Nigerian citizens, those that claim to be Nigerians.
Yeah.
These people are so useless. They are very good they love suffering like nothing else.
Suffering and smiling.
Suffering and smiling. Something will be happening. They will never protest or complain until their own family member is involved.
Mm-hmm.
When their family member is involved, when they are directly involved, that is when you see them begin to shout and run right basket. You think they are serious.
Yeah.
You think they are not serious. The next minute, they forget about it and they begin to talk about different things altogether. Police begin probe as generator fume kill family of 6 in Rivers State.
You hear them? You see?
See, in 21st century, now generator smoke, they still kill people.
And this thing, Marjus, it's been happening like this for many decades. You know that,
Of course, this is not the first time.
Oh, okay.
It's been happening for ages. We've been hearing about it in those days.
Yeah, because there's no electricity.
No electricity.
And the government no one do anything about it.
Nothing.
Everywhere generator to smoke. People they inhale. They no. Nigeria.
And you know the kind of houses they have in Nigeria. Now face me, I face you. Everybody with his own generator.
Yeah.
Noise everywhere.
Yeah.
God have mercy. God have mercy. Take it back. Condemn remand of 52 Ambrose Ali University students. Call for immediate release.
Mm-hmm. So run and do it, yeah.
These are the children, people who were protesting,
yeah,
protesting for kidnapping happening in their state. Students,
yeah,
get to their campus and arrest them.
Mm-hmm.
They went to their campus, arrest them, took them to court, and the next thing they take them to prison. Students.
Yeah. How dare we?
It is really bad. Amnesty International condemned unlawful detention of Kabiru Dala for allegedly criticizing Nasarawa government secretary. Demands release. Not only demand, you go demand tire now. Waiting consign them. They will hold up. Now be the first person where they hold. 3 persons freed as 27 others remain in bandit dead after Kogi church attack. You can imagine. Now see that Kogi attack that time.
Yes.
Since that time, only 3 people that they release.
Yeah.
3 people free as 27 others remain in bandit den after Kogi church attack. These idiots that want to claim philanthropy, this is their criminal governor. Make he go pay the ransom and take money from those money where he thief for Kogi State to go pay the ransom for them. Better come out.
Yaya Bello.
Yaya Bello.
Uh-huh.
Yaya Bello won't clear his record. And this kind of thing they feed they do.
Yeah.
When they demand for ransom, make he go pay the ransom for them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, people everywhere. Now people where they negotiate with, they are negotiating with them and they are kidnapping. Benue Teaching Hospital accused of victimizing 200 nurses over lawful strike participation. That's Nigeria for you. Bayelsa traders lament extortion, illegal detention by lawless officers in Enugu Police Command. It always happens now. That one, this one, I make even police officials and the military, they give bribe to post them for Southeast, but they go to thief.
Exactly. Now money now.
To extort people, that is why they go. Anyone when they promote or when they send them to Southeast, you go to celebrate.
Yeah. To go make money.
To go make money. Mad people everywhere. Until we come out from Nigeria, nothing will work. Showore condemn arrest, remand of AAU students protesting against insecurity in Edo State. They don't reach prison already. I protest, you go protest, tired. Talk of breakup of Nigeria if you are serious. Join us for the breakup. 3 inmates dead, 13 others injured after riot at U.S. state prison in Georgia. That one, U.S. can handle their problem. Trump did here to handle them. Concern us.
Of course.
Family demand justice after Lagos BRT driver allegedly killed teenager. BRT, government car, who will give you justice for Lagos State? Or the people where they work for Turubu? Will give you no justice, can't get any justice. Federal Workers Forum threatened nationwide protest over doctor strike, unpaid arrears, wages, crisis. Only in Nigeria, now they owe doctors.
Yeah.
No be 1 month to they go owe doctors for 10 months.
Sorry.
Doctors, imagine. 62 CBN ex-workers ask court to dismiss bank application overturn termination of appointment. Good. Nigerian public warn against engaging in business with late Senator Anyogo Eze's estate. Mad people, all those on thief money. President Tinubu mourned death of Akran of Badagry at 89. Akran of Badagry. 89, you try now.
You don't try.
Don't try. White House says Trump considering a strike on Iran and death of protesters. Amid death of protesters. If you go strike, make it strike. Oh, no need to waste time because these people will never listen. But the Iranians are doing very well in their protest. They are doing very well.
Despite the killing, despite the killing, they are still continue.
Continue. It's even increasing. Other regions are involved and getting involved.
Yeah. If they don't give up, they will succeed.
Definitely. But they really need support. Because they cannot continue to die like that unless they really need to support. At least directly or indirectly.
Like if Trump, if he targets the government headquarters, just put something there.
All those are military base. All those
drop bomb there. Drop some bomb there to help the protesters, because that would deter the military, the security from killing the citizens, If you can just drop some bomb there and walk away, so then they will be empowered the more to push further.
Some of those militaries will walk out and join the
exactly. I think at this point, it will be wise that they give them a helping hand, because obviously over 500,000 people, maybe even 1 million so far, that's just crazy amount of,
It's a whole lot. The United States and Israel need to do something before it's late.
Yeah.
These people, you don't trust them, although they can release chemical weapons for these people overnight and murder all of them.
You mean Iran?
Iran.
Yeah. Just like
they can release gas for them overnight. Before you wake up, you hear that everybody's gone.
But just like Nigeria, when people protest in Nigeria, the government, they are ready to do anything, whatever it takes.
To stop it, anything.
They don't care the number of deaths. They don't care. They just anything there. Yeah. So that's how Iran is. If it's a normal country, where normal people are, running, they will consider.
By now, the government is supposed to step down.
Step down. Yeah, this is what you're supposed to do. You can't continue to impose authority on people who don't want to. The government is supposed to stay down, have another person, and sit down and have a talk with the people. Yes. You know, because we saw in Kenya when they had a similar thing. You know, so I think I don't know if he stepped down, but I don't know what something happened that the government came out and have a serious talk with the people and begin to meet their demand. Maybe not all the demand was met, though there is a different countries, different situations, you know. So, but for these people in Iran, if the world just...
Egypt, after 40 years of Mubarak,
yeah,
they did not spend up to a week now, he came down.
Yeah.
The same thing with Greece. It's not up to 1 week. So many other places that the Arabs take over, they didn't take time like that. But this one now, they're getting almost a month now. Yeah,
for Iran, if the world continue to watch, you know, the world will do nothing, and when Trump does, people begin to complain. And if you don't do anything, this Iranian government is a tyrannic government. They are ready to massacre millions. They are ready. And that would be very wrong. That the world, they just sit and watch. UN, they do nothing, and after they complain, they say you are violating international law, but you are not doing your own part. You know,
their supreme leader is ready to sink that country instead of giving up the power.
Now, demon now, Ayatollah Khomeini, or what you know, yeah, Sultan of Sokoto, their type.
Sultan of Sokoto group with them. Those their clique.
Yeah, and instead
of them to lose that power and influence, they are ready to sink the entire nation.
Yeah.
Nigeria students, NANS, condemn detention of 52 AAU colleagues over Edo protest, demand immediate release. The only mark you get. The protest, so they will shoot you. Just be careful. They will shoot you. President Trump imposes 25% tariff on countries doing business with Iran.
Yeah.
If you are doing business with Iran, expect 25% tariff on increase. Immediately. DSS confirmed death of woman Calista Ifede in unlawful detention. Showore condemn abuse of power. You see, that's woman. The woman they detain since 2021. Finally,
imagine.
The woman died in detention.
You sure? For where? Which state? In the state?
I think it's Nnamdi state. I've shown this news before that Amnesty International will always asking about it. They detain the man and the husband.
Oh, sure.
Took me away from the house since 2011. No, 2001. Since 2001. So finally, see, the woman died in detention. DSS confirmed death of woman, Calista Ifed, in lawful detention. Showore condemn abuse of power. This one, the only one when you hear, do you know how many people die in that DSS every day?
Exactly.
How many Biafrans that die there? Biafrans. Not because they committed, just because they have affiliation with IPOB. Just because you are an Igbo person with an Igbo name, you are gone.
Yeah.
Rivers Police Command recover corpse of abducted woman. Arrest suspect. That is Nigerian news for you. Everything in Nigeria is about that. 94 princess in race for Southwest Monarch Iwujales 2. This our Yoruba brothers with their monarch system. Them die, they can buy people because of that their monarch system.
Yeah.
Bello Truji attacked several communities in eastern Sokoto as residents flee in droves. Not be Truji when they say they don't kill this one.
The same Truji when Musa for some years now say he sworn that he will get him in few weeks, in few months. 90 days.
Just 3 hours ago, now this news coming.
Okay.
Attacked several communities in eastern Sokoto as residents flee in droves. You see residents in their car. Everybody leave the village for them.
Yeah.
And the country where they talk of sovereignty.
Sovereignty.
Country they talk of sovereignty. Ask me if now for Biafra land this one they do. Aircraft don't full air every time. The whole air for them they sealed up now.
Yes.
So gonna jet for them to go walk. Mad people everywhere. Spanish-German authorities arrest 34 suspected Black Axe members. Hey. Nigeria people. That's what Nigeria is breeding now.
Black Axe in Nigeria.
Oh, Black Axe now. Which people they operate Black Axe cult? No, in Nigeria. Black Axe cult now. They don't carry them now. Edo people and some Igbo people they don't carry them go Europe. Now don't be there. They buy themselves.
Okay.
Spanish and German authorities arrest 34 suspected Black Axe. I've seen many of their videos on TikTok and on this where they gyrate, they make all those their nonsense moves. Even when they fight themselves for Europe.
Product from Nigeria.
Product of Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
That's madness. They don't carry them enter Europe. You blame them. Armed herdsmen kill 4 residents in fresh attack in Benue community. Others missing. A country where they say they don't bomb forest. So mad people
every day. Bye. Every day.
Bye. Niger Delta Forum, PANDEF, set up committee over political crisis between Wike, Governor Fabura. They call him. This is their political drama. They go finish themselves. By the time they finish their battle, Biafra will come.
Yeah.
And then go murder themselves. They should fight themselves and murder themselves.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what thing they give this weekend morale. I don't just know.
The guy in Wahala don't overpass mark, huh?
That is
Wahala too much.
This one, he will die again. No?
Yes.
But this one, a battle now between him and this Northerners.
Yes.
And this now since the Fuwaran go join APC, come get from there that indirectly now they not the support them from that APC now they full up.
You see it's in Nigeria.
You cannot the PDP, not the APC, and one man squad.
Yeah. So that thing when Oshomola talk, you see how they manifest every day.
Of course now.
Immediately you join them, they will begin to protect you, no matter what you do.
That has been the Nigerian system. That has been the system from day one. From amalgamation, that has been the system. And now British introduced them.
Yes, now.
That was why they gave the country to the North, because the North were loyal to them.
Yes.
It is not because that the Northerners are more brilliant. You have the brilliant people that can build a nation in the South.
Yeah.
But they are seeing us Southerners as threats. They know that they cannot suppress us. We are not in line with all those enslavement. So they decided to choose the caliphate. The people who tell them say they don't want the independent though. If you can remember, when Enahoro and other people and when they were going for independence,
not said that no want.
They were not ready.
Yeah.
They prefer the British to continue.
Yeah.
Surprisingly now, when the time came that they were now convinced to join, the power, they won't carry the power, give the people who say they know the radio. You can imagine. And today you see the result in Nigeria. That same system where United Kingdom planned and you see the work today. Once you join the ruling party, sins are forgiven. You are free to commit any crime, do anything.
100%.
Nothing will happen.
That's why the country not a move forward.
How you go move? Serap demands immediate release of 52 students detained over anti-kidnapping protests in Edo. The only demand on the demand. Before you know, those students go there for 1 year. Woman dies after Kanu hospital abandons scissors in her during surgery as family demand justice. Imagine. They forget scissors inside innocent woman below.
Hey. A whole scissors.
A whole scissors, my brother.
Hey, one more.
I hear this kind of story last though.
Hey.
You don't think I hear this kind of news last. You don't take. This was posted 2 hours ago by Sahara.
Which can doctor go? Which can boy they smoke where go forget scissors inside person body?
That's Nigeria for you now.
Hi. Oh, there you go.
That's Nigeria. Maybe the time when they do the operation, they take light.
You know, see where, you know, see road, you know, maybe, well, yeah.
You think that they struggle with light before you know it, don't forget something. Because if now the globe country where things there are technologies that will begin to search everything. Once there's something wrong, you will see signal, there will be alarm. Once
Exactly.
you somebody's body, you will see signal. You're gonna see on for screen how the body be. There's no way you can forget anything there.
Yeah.
Apart from the doctor that is working, there is somebody monitoring everything. There is no way you can forget anything. But in Nigeria, doctor they operate. Sometimes self the anesthesia no go there. You don't finish. You rush. You do the thing quick. You go forget something. In the process, maybe the time when NEPA they give you light and only 6 hours in a day. It's time operation. Don't end the time. You rush, make it end before that
light go.
Light go. You go forget something now. Yobe State Hisba bans male, female from sitting together in public transport.
It is here, so hey.
You see country where you want to inside.
Yeah.
Look at the country. What they say na circular country.
Yeah.
Yobe State. In 21st century.
Yeah.
Even as we did today, Saudi they open up their hand. They allow their women to drive. Women can go on their own. They are trying to mix people up.
Yeah.
Something where Saudi don't do, they see they work. They are releasing their people now to be free. Now here's somebody they bring to introduce for Nigeria in 21st century. In 2026. Imagine.
That is the caliphate agenda. The agenda went and they push with that. When Buhari.
That is the Sharia where they put now. Hisba.
Yeah.
Police now.
Yeah.
Yobe State Hisba bans male, female from sitting together in public transport.
Yeah. When Buhari go Germany, tell them say that woman belongs to the kitchen and the other room. And the people when they share country with, God forbid.
And this is when they talk about transport. It's not even as if they have any reasonable and clean public transport where you go say, or you go right and say, okay, men go sit down here, women go sit there. This public transport they talk of, but that truck, useless and nonsense thing that you will not even have a space to sit. That people are even managing on their own.
Yeah.
You won't come to law. Means, God have mercy. God, make God remove us from this madness. 81 years old Ugandan president Museveni, 7th term after 40 years in power.
Okay.
You can imagine Africa.
Yeah, now in birthright. Now there go.
81 years old. Already don't serve 40 years, 40 good years, the oldest serving president in Africa now.
Choi.
Now he's now seeking for the 7th term. Only him, oh my God.
Africa.
And if you go for that country now, they preach to their children, you are the leaders of tomorrow.
Yeah.
A child, when they born the time where this man enter power, is now 40 years old. By the time he enter another year, another 10th time now, which will go to last for 10 years, and that child will be 50 years old.
Yeah.
Leaders of tomorrow. And if you go now, AU go support this man, they go congratulate him when he win.
I know.
After so you go congratulate him.
Is it older than the one in Cameroon?
It's like it's older. This is now it's almost the same thing. I think this one is older, 40 years. That's Paul Biya should be almost 40 or 40 something.
And then you wonder why Africa is backward. Oh. Then carry fake video now of Tinubu, the Waka challenge for saying Dubai. lie, everything now live. Nigerian and fake, everything photo. Photo. Nigeria.
Prime Minister photo.
Yeah.
Serious photo.
Yeah.
7.9 million meant for FCT Primary Health Center, diverted as facility decays. This one of Abuja. For Abuja, where the Hitler did 11.9 million 11.9 million naira, meant for FCT Primary Health Center, diverted as facility decay. That is the Zoological Republic for you. That is the zoo for you. Nigerian Research Institute to spend 1.1 billion on grinding machine, welding equipment in 2026.
Another lie. Money, what they want chop money there.
Not even say they want chop money. Look at where they want invest. Look at what they want invest the money. Grinding machine. Ordinary grinding machine.
Yeah.
And welding equipment. 1.1 billion. Research on grinding machine. Just imagine.
Yeah.
It's just the one. Get the data where they spend billions also in after many years of investing in I don't forget that department. Waiting they succeed to produce like kilishi. You know kilishi? Kilishi, this dry meat. This dry meat where outside the roast for so.
Yeah.
That was what they were able to present after so many years of spending billions in one of those research also.
Yeah, the country is a joke.
Very big joke. Look at this one. Nigerian Research Institute. In this 21st century, the only thing where they research is a grinding machine. Grinding machine to grind what? And not even, they don't even put the sample of the grinding machine. This grinding machine, they use the grind the egusi and okra. The world have even moved farther than this. Now they have sophisticated machine that people used to grind, even in their own personal house.
Yeah.
Now who they carry his thing, go outside and go make somebody they grind for them.
Yeah.
People have their grinder at home.
Yeah.
People have their in 20th century. In 2006, now in Nigeria, they invest 1.1 billion on grinding machine.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, Chineke, whatever. And if they don't put the picture now, when you hear that grinding machine, you go to send another. Now this grinding machine, when we don't see since they born also.
Yes, now. Name.
You see the picture there now.
When blenders.
Even people don't go school and then manufacture them and they use them.
Yeah. When portable hand.
They build them for Igbo land.
Yeah.
Now the federal government invest 1.1 billion.
Completely a dead zone. Yeah, they're not ready to move forward. They're not ready to move forward. How can they? 24 hours electricity? They're not even talk them again. You know that, eh?
Who they talk that one?
Because again, the time when it was like always on the news, you know. Some years back, decade ago, maybe I think that was during the Yaradua time, you know. In fact, it was from Obasanjo because Obasanjo was the one who gave the promise that he is going to, that within 6 months of his first term, that electricity supply will become 24 hours, and that after his first tenure, and it's not achieved, that he will. They should not vote for him. Something like that. He said something to that effect. I was in Guinea-Conakry when that took place. He was just, but look at how many decades since then till today. Nothing still. Nobody they talk him again. The other subsequent president that has come after him, they not they even talk him again. But that one, it don't become normal thing now. You know. All right. How do you go?
It's so sad. Three kidnapped family members in Kogi community spent over 1 month with bandits. You can imagine the kind of thing they face there. Over 1 month. Wife of Second Republic Ogun Governor Olabisi Onabanjo Lucia died at 100. Congratulations.
Yeah. Senator
Natasha demand release of 52 AAU students demanded for peaceful protest in Edo.
Everybody, you don't talk. That one don't pass.
That one, and they talk so. Don't say they go release those boys. So
for
before
where?
you know it, they go stay 1 year.
Yeah.
People where they arrest during the NSAS, some of them are still in detention up to today. Some where they arranged during the end bad governance, they are still in detention up to today.
Yeah.
And what Nigeria does is that once they talk that thing once or twice, everybody will move on.
Everybody move on. Yeah. Then forget them. Yeah.
That is why it is dangerous to protest for Nigeria or take any risk for Nigeria.
Yeah.
If you want to take a risk for a breakup, at least you will not say you fight for something that has to go. But anything fight where they fight will be saying that for Nigeria to be better. You are just endangering your life unnecessarily for no reason.
And the government itself, they've now come to see that truly that is the way to go in Nigeria. If you want to talk about, no matter what you then do, you know, if you talk 1 day, 2, 3 days, at most 1 week, that one don't move on. You continue. That's why during the Buhari, when he brought in Pantami, Nigerians protested, but he just ignored them because he know that it will fizzle out.
Of course, he fizzled out now. And Pantami was there for good 8 years.
For 8 years, oh my God. And he did the damage. That man did, oh my God.
And still doing damage. He did the damage and still did damage.
Yeah.
There is one message somebody wrote here. The person said is John Ewo. John says, Mazi, let me see if I can read it. It's so tiny. Let me see if I can read John's message. Where is the message again? I don't see him again.
Is it the one here? I can see it.
Yeah.
He said, Mazi Chooks, Happy New Year. Please, Mazi Chooks, what can we do to make sure Nigerian election will no longer hold in Biafra land?
That's the question. I beg, answer them.
Diego, my dear brother.
Answer.
Diego.
This answer. What are we going to do to make sure that the election does not hold in Biafra land?
But first of all, Mazi Chooks, whether election hold or election no hold, wetin dem go do, na dem go do. The person wey dem go elect, na dem go elect. So for me, it's meaningless because I don't believe that voting has any bearing when it comes to Nigeria. Quite frankly, if you vote and the person you vote for happens to be the one the system has agreed to elect, so fine. But anything other than that is a waste of time. That is how I see it. Because come on now, everybody know how it goes, you know. The INEC and their staffs and workers and all the people, they know what they are doing. So I don't know why people continue to believe lies, you know. We saw the 2023 here, how it went down. Everybody saw it. You know, in the middle, we hour of the night, they came and make announcements. Everybody know that was not correct, but they did it anyway. So anyone, even states, any governor that they want, if the one they don't want to rig, they don't want to rig it. The one they want to rig, Tinubu told Benin people that time, I think he told his party, or I don't know how there's a way he put it, if they want Edo, they say yeah, it's okay, and they rigged in and brought that Agboro guy Mondo, who told them that he was going to bring insecurity to Edo State, and is that insecurity they are living with today? Exactly. You know, some people say that slip of tongue. I don't know.
Slip of tongue.
But at least.
The truth unknowingly.
But at least the man told you what he was gonna do, and he's doing it. So,
yes.
What do you do, my brother? You know.
So, in regard to that question, if I were to say, what are we going to do to stop the election? What we will do to stop the election is not don't go and vote, don't participate, because after all, we know that whether you vote or you don't vote, they will choose who they will choose.
Yeah.
So the only thing we will do as Biafran is that do not participate in the election.
Exactly. Sit at home, possibly, huh?
As simple as that. Don't wait for anybody to preach to you. Don't wait for anybody to direct you. Because now we don't have the force to fight the government or to go and we don't have that force.
Exactly.
The only thing you have to do is to stay away from anything that has to do with the election, both their campaign or whatever, as we have been doing. Stay away. Because even if you want to vote, they will choose who they want to choose.
Yeah. I believe, I believe that there are people who came after this incarceration of PM. There are people who springed up to this illusion or this organize the group, like our boys back home who were doing the needful, protecting and doing this. There's something serious, that went down, So
there is only that we try to avoid talking about those issues. As for
I believe personally, that there are one Nigerianist, either the USB or CRC or whatever they are. I believe strongly that maybe there's an agenda they are on that we don't know. Either it's for P2B or maybe obedience or one Nigeria, or they have something. I don't know, but there's definitely something there because when this whole thing happened, we see how the fragmentation started, and before you know it, the whole thing just seems to collapse in terms of boot on the ground, in terms of our, the boys, doing the needful on the ground. So as it is now, I really don't know. I quite frankly does not. But
the only direct answer I will give to anybody that is concerned, like I know many Biafrans are really concerned. In all this we are saying, I know many of us, even some that don't agree, it's out of overzealousness. Some of us really want to get out of this contraption. Many Biafrans, regardless the group they belong, they genuinely want to get out. Regardless the group, that is the way I see it is. Regardless the group, people genuinely want to get out.
Yeah.
When we talk certain times, people misunderstand because of this. They are, how do I call it? I don't really understand. I don't know how to put it. So, but the only thing I have to tell people and advise people that since you know that you have rejected the Zoological Republic, the only
don't
thing
vote.
As for you, let the election not exist for you. And how do you make this election not to hold? Is by not voting.
Yeah, simple.
As long as you didn't vote, the election didn't hold.
Yeah.
That is it. But if you go and vote and you say maybe later, hey, that means the election is holding for you. But for those who didn't vote, the election didn't hold.
Yeah.
And already we know that whether you vote or you don't vote, whoever they will choose, they will choose.
You know that Anambra owned the one of Soludo. Before the election, he went and consulted with Tinubu. I don't know what they discussed, and they did not vote for Soludo. That I can guarantee you. They just gave it to because Soludo fucked up so badly. He was rather trying to destroy the people. So, but anyhow, he got elected because they pronounced him as the winner. And these people saw he was on video, giving money also, which is a crime. So you see how Nigeria goes. So, and the one that we heard about also, I think it's 3 former older Anambra that USB did also. We don't know the outcome. We don't know what all that was about. I don't know. But anyway, so we can't lose hope. We never lose hope. That I'm very certain about that. That at the end of the day, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. I believe that strongly. Mm-hmm.
Definitely, we will not lose hope. Just like you said before, like we were saying before on the issue of trying to weigh out the people before they get tired and they will not talk again. Do you realize that after that election of Soludo, have you been hearing people talking about him again? You see that everybody have just gone back to their normal business.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, people have just gone back and forgot about. They just dash him that 4 years. Nobody's going to talk until the next 4 years.
Exactly. Yeah.
And how long will you continue to do that?
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is that when the people are silent, it's not as if that the problem has stopped.
Mm-hmm.
The problem have even increased more than it was before that election.
Yeah.
But simply because now he has been able to buy people over from federal to local, and then he put himself back to power. people now accept him and they go back to the no. How many people do you see criticizing him again? Does it mean that he has changed? And that is the problem we are facing in Nigeria. That is why Nigeria will never say it will never be better. It will never be good.
Never.
Anybody that wants to have a change is to destroy this faulty foundation, destroy it and lay a new foundation.
Yeah.
If you build anything on this foundation, it will definitely fall.
Yeah, nobody can fix Nigeria. Nobody.
You cannot. You cannot. My brother, we got to be rounded up. We've done it today as much as we can. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll still come back again and do justice to whatever issue that we have at them, because Nigeria, there will always be an issue to discuss.
Always.
Nigeria, our case with them, that will always be an issue.
And even the world at large is facing the world is facing unprecedented, unpredictable. Nobody, no soothsayer, no fortune teller can tell you what's going to happen, because it's crazy. Yesterday, there's this member of the parliament from Danish parliament, Denmark, because you know that that Greenland island is under the territory of Denmark, right? So he was almost like, he was so moved, so emotionally distraught, talking about the effort by Trump to take it over. And it was like, I watched this whole thing, I was like, wow, this world has really, it has gotten to a point now where anything, it's insane what is going on in the world. That they will put up a fight that is not an evenly matched fight, because America is a stronger force, but that they will never accept a forceful annexation of Greenland, he was saying, So,
well, it is very nice that every one of them know that Trump is not a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
And he has given the option. Either you discuss and negotiate properly, or he take it by force.
Yeah. So
if they want to discuss peacefully, he is open to it.
Yeah, and I wrote a piece on that. There's another one on Fox News. I wrote a piece on it because they say that Russia is a threat to them. This is what they said. So, and they want America to join them to fight Russia. But America, on the other hand, Trump, on the other hand, is asking them to give me Greenland so as to enhance my ability to fight Russia and China for you. And you refuse. You don't want to give him Greenland. So how then do you want him to join you to fight the Russia that you perceive as a threat? So that means that Russia is not really a threat, because if Russia was a threat, then you will give, because Trump already told them why he needs Greenland. Because China and Russia, they are playing. They have like a playground. They have some military movements over there, right? They have some ships. They have some other political whatever they are doing. But he wants to take charge so that it become a no-go area for these two folks, So, but Europe doesn't want to give it to America, but at the same time, they want America to go and help them fight Russia that they said is posing an existential threat to them. So that doesn't even make sense. So that means you don't want to give it to America, but you say you are his ally. America is your ally. Okay, so if you give it, if America take it, why is it a bad thing? Because una be together, right? So let him have it and defend and cover, and you know what I mean? So I don't know why everything is setting up the way it's setting up, but we shall see. What do you think, my brother? Well, for Biafra, that brother that asked that question, I hope, I don't know if he's at home or wherever he is. So if you don't, like, we don't believe in the zoo election, just boycott it. Simple.
As simple as that.
So thank you, my brother, and by the grace of God, we'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you, my beloved brother. I appreciate you so much. You've been a source of strength on this very thing. It's not easy to be here and continue to speak for hours. It's not easy. And whenever you're around, it's a source of strength and encouragement also to my own very self and all the Biafrans that are listening, because I believe there are people who are seeking for answers. Just like this, my brother asked this question. Sometimes when we see those questions, we take it as a joke, but it's a serious question that calls for concern. And every genuine Biafran will be asking, because that was the path we were going before.
Exactly.
The path we were before. So when you see people asking this question, these are people that are paying attention to the things that have been happening all this while.
Yeah.
And that is those kind of people that are seeking that question. When they come to our platform, we try to give them that hope. All hope is not lost. There are still things we can do individually on our own.
Yeah.
Things we can do.
Because brother Choose, that if not, but again, God knows why he does what he does, If PM was still around, that momentum that we had, by now Israel would have endorsed Biafra. I can guarantee you, because they will see, because they will see that we are in charge of our territory to an extent. It doesn't have to be 100%, but we must be in possession of some of our territory. From there, we can operate. We do the things we do. They will
I played the video here several times. Tomorrow I'm still going to play it. Where he said it, that we need to control some percentage of our place to show the world that we are serious. Until then, nothing happens.
He said, who said what?
PM.
Okay, yeah, of course,
There is need for us to control some percentage of area, no matter how small it is.
Yeah.
That is the only way you see the beginning, that people will begin to talk about recognizing your mind, giving you a helping hand. You must be in charge of your territory.
Yeah. But those who want to
for the better, hope is not lost.
Yeah.
Our hope is not lost. So that is it. We continue to pray for Nnamdi Kanu, more especially Nnamdi Kanu and the court case. You see how they are trying to make sure that he doesn't apply for his what do they call it?
Appeal.
Trying so much to make sure he doesn't have. He just have some. I don't know how many days he has more. It is 90 days. After 90 days. After 90 days.
Yeah, brother, from Aloy Jimako and any of the council, do you hear anything? Like what effort in terms of, because if he expires, would there be a kind of another prolongation? I don't know, the time frame.
I've not done about that. I don't know whether there's a station. They're going to give him a station or whatever. But the only thing I saw was that last video that was made by Barrister. What's that name?
Maswell.
That's one that Maswell did on Monday. Was it on Monday or Tuesday? Yes. That very message he delivered, that they are making it difficult for them to appeal for Nnamdi Kanu. The only thing he said there was that they want to go back to court to challenge. They want to go back to court to challenge that very decision. That's the only thing we saw. So we've not gotten another information on that. So I'm hoping by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiam that
Nnamdi Kanu himself knows what is going on. He knows what they are doing. He's not. Of course, he knows. He's a smart guy. He knows all the game they are playing. It's all about, delay, and for this time to expire, and they expect him to yield, to cave in. He knows that they want to warn him out. He knows that very well. But let's just wait and see. The hand of Chukwu Kabem at the end of the day. People are going to be surprised, including some of our people who are aiding and abetting this evil, trying to stop Biafra. They will be put to shame. Let's just keep praying and doing the little we can, Okay, my brother. God bless. Thanks.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone that have been able to join us on today's message. May Chukwu Kabem continue to guide and protect all of us. Give us strength to overcome all the challenges. Give us the strength and power to continue to hang on, stay strong until we get to our destination. Whatever be the challenges that is facing us, we shall overcome. More especially those who are in Biafra land. We pray that Chukwu Kabem will continue to guide and protect everyone in Biafra land that is there, putting their own effort in one way or the other. We pray for all Biafrans across the world, and we pray more especially for our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and our prime minister, Ekpa. We pray that Chukwu Kabem
We continue to guide them, protect them, secure them, give them more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to hang on until we get to our promised land very soon. All hope is not lost. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Whatever you can do on your own, please continue to do. It doesn't matter the group where you are. It doesn't matter what you belong. It doesn't matter where you are. Continue to put pressure in your own way. If you are on diplomatic level, continue to put diplomatic pressure. You're on the ground, continue to put your own force. If you're on media, put your own force. Let us continue on that unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. Unity of purpose. As I have always explained, unity of purpose does not mean that we will always be in one group or we always agree on one thing. No. But the direction has to be one. Direction is freedom. The direction is Biafra. That is the most important thing. That unity of purpose, we must hang on it because the world order is changing. And with the presence of Donald Trump, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you so much for listening. See you again later in the day by the special research program. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Of heaven, the very oldest language on the face of this very earth. Chiko dikabia mapuni nyani ne chineke no gende sone efe wena ushala nyina ina koza hanso ya mbuni onanye na jama we kamani tobe zibale anyana ge farusi obona nege ole kali nyani ne kale kama obona kaya obia mlendi nden so na kriya kushala ni obadi ndo no totwa ni aba no wanene Bikono kiwe meka dafa we your source no mo ga ba na ani we na do we na do but I want na mo ni je mo na nyan ke kuri to ni we ti no mo ni so mo ga ni aka jo ni mo na ba ko ga mo ni ba na ba mo ko ja han so sia Julia han so ni say
but you know what? They would like you to believe that someone Ekpa is the cause of it. No. I am the solution, and the only way they can get to you is by kicking me out, which is not possible. I have come. Look with children. After I am done with Nigeria, Biafra will be free and enjoy freedom. Biafra will know the importance of freedom and what happens in 5 years to come. Thank you.
Any trust in this world.